looking okay so far. I hope he's really managing to stay a little bit relaxed amongst this complete chaos. You know, he needs to make his way now through the complete mess there and everything. It's not really what you want to do in the last couple of minutes.
No, there is an absolutely unbelievable atmosphere down here. Right, I think we can hear from the four-time world champion Max Verstappen. This was a short while ago, grabbed by Rachel just as he takes his helmet off. But he's used to this, isn't he?
Sure, I can't believe his pimple is actually getting his big.
You probably slept the best of the three of you last night. Would that be right, do you think?
Yeah, it's not good. I'm just ready to go.
You said to me yesterday you're going to go and have some fun today. Will there be any
Hi
games?
everybody.
Is there a plan to maybe
Hello.
try and make their times going a bit faster and knock them back a bit, or do you just want to be dominant today?
I'm scared too. With me, I'm not gonna lie, girl. I'm nervous. I'm shaking in my boots.
And do you need any
Girl,
Yuki today? Any weapons
I'm
further back?
so nervous.
Everything as a team, actually.
So much can happen today. Right now.
Well, last year has to be on everyone's minds, doesn't it? I'll play it on here. We all know what happened. We've seen it before. Max Verstappen on fourth on the grid. Attacks Piastri into turn one. He sees the chance.
It's the last race of the season, and we're gonna know
make contact. A nightmare scenario. Of course, if that were to happen today for Lando Norris, but I'm sure he'll play a bit more carefully if he's on the inside with a sniff of a chance. But if he gets that dream start that Lewis Hamilton did in 2021. Again on the inside, surely attack is the best form of defence for him. Perez as well on the inside, making it through the McLaren, so it can be done. Lando, I'm intrigued to see how he's going to play this one, but I'm sure he will be remembering what happened here last year at the start.
Zach's with us. There is Lando. He has definitely got his game face on. So is Will Joseph. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited. This is going to be an epic race to an unbelievable season, and
oh, Zach.
it's a great show for the fans.
Hi everyone. Actually, I just realized now I haven't greeted you guys nicely. Hi everybody. Are we ready for the race? Are we excited? I'm kind of nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually like a little bit nervous. But you know what? I feel good. I just came back from church. Church is so nice. A friend of mine got baptized today. Oh my God. You know, like there's just so much emotions everywhere in the air. It's just, yeah, today's a good day. Today's a good day, so...
We heard that Andrea had said that the team comes first. Does that mean you're just going to watch and wait what happens at the start?
Thank you, Seho, girl. I don't feel it. I just... My hair is not hearing today. I don't know. I think I'm having a bad hair day today, but okay, whatever. Maybe I should put it up.
Couple thoughts on how this could play out. But can you confirm that you've told the drivers that there may come a point in time where the one driver has to let the other pass or do something to enable him to be world champion? Yeah, we want to win the drivers' championship. So sitting here right now, who knows what happens?
They want Lando to win the championship.
We find ourselves at some point in the race where it's pretty clear one's got a better chance than another, then we're going to support each other.
Your strategy team and everybody in the garage, they've got to be on point this evening. Have you spoken to them and briefed them about what they want, what's expected of them?
Yeah, no, everyone's totally aligned. We had a really great conversation last night with both drivers, again this morning, which is normally what we do, and everyone's aligned on what our game plan is today.
Best of luck. Thank you for talking to us, Zach. We really appreciate it. This is what it's all about. This is why we come racing. This is why we love the job that we do. And now it's come down to three men. Max Verstappen has been there. He's done.
You know what? I'm scared. I actually feel like Max Verstappen might win.
Has Oscar Piastri.
I just feel Formula One is Max's world and everyone else is just living in it.
Formula One season on Supersport. Broadcast proudly brought to you by Discovery.
Happy 30th birthday, Supersport, and thanks for all the special memories.
Okay, I'm done texting now. I can't text attention. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Seho. good. I'm good. Thank you. Oh, girl, you're so sweet.
Brakes on your party.
You remind me of
Get
my
drinks to your door
mom.
responsibly with free delivery to
Your hair
you.
looks amazing. Thank you, Boomy.
Shots to you, not for persons under the age of 18.
Thank you, guys. I couldn't go to church today. I'll pay peace at all. But at least watch like a sermon online. I hope Oscar PSG wins. I also hope he wins, but I don't think he will. I'm just being so real. I'm being like a realist. I don't think he will.
It lets you fly for less.
Hey Konke, hey.
Discount is 75%. You can pay with your miles. It lets you travel.
Sure, guys, I'm so happy today. Y'all gonna understand. Like, I'm so
Accommodation and car hire.
happy today.
Airports a breeze.
It's just, I love Sundays.
Access.
And Sundays are so good. Like today's Sunday was just extra good because we had baptism
Now.
at church. So it was just even nicer. Today was really nice.
Take your F1 experience to the next level and ride on board exclusively with Sky Q, Sky Stream and Sky Glass. Now TV also gives you full access to every driver's onboard feed. Jump into the cockpit of any of the 20 drivers during practice.
Oh yes, I did
qualifying
earlier on.
sprints
Okay, that's
and
good.
race sessions.
Hey Azanda. Hey. Lando for the win. I think Max is gonna win. I'm not gonna lie.
To explore a range of thrilling onboard views.
I'm not even gonna lie. I think Max is gonna take it today.
Put you right into the heart of the
But
action.
let's watch and see what happens. You know what? I'm not even expecting this race to be something like,
you won't always see in
woo.
the main broadcast.
You know?
Out and about,
Who is your
stay in the
favorite
race
driver in
wherever you
Formula
go.
1?
Scan the QR code to download the Sky Sports app, choose your driver, and experience the action.
Obviously. I love Lewis
Strap in and
Hamilton.
enjoy every twist and
But
turn only on Sky Sports F1.
I like Lewis because he's Lewis Hamilton. I think my favorite driver.
Loads of way for you to enjoy the action this evening. Calling it for us. Ted Kravitz in the pit lane as always.
I like George Russell. I don't know why. I really like George Russell. I like, but oh, Max Verstappen is actually slowly becoming my favorite driver because I talked about this the last time. He's really tenacious, and I like that in people. I like people who don't give up. You know, like you see obstacles in your way and stuff, but you're just like, I'm gonna go through it anyways. Like especially when you have faith, when you backed up with Jesus Christ. Ooh. Ooh, you're tenacious and you're Christian. That's my type of person. That's my type of person. So I think I like Max because he's very tenacious. He is my second favorite driver on the grid right now. My favorite driver is Oscar Piastri. I wanted to win, but I don't think he will win.
I definitely think I'm ruthless enough.
Max is aggressive. His driving style is very aggressive. It is. But he goes for what he wants, you guys. You know, I like that. And I like that.
He's like that guy in the horror movie that you think is down.
I like
all of a sudden,
la mangia le race.
I thought he was out.
You can call me Chucky.
Imagine the season started and we're like, oh, Max is lost. Look at him now. Fight for champion. Yo, it's crazy. OMG, I love you, Nandi. Oh, I love you too, Lulu.
He beats us. We don't beat ourselves.
Woo.
It's quite simple. Just try and beat both drivers. You need to try and win.
You guys, I'm actually like,
Get a second or third.
let's watch the race together. Yeah, we're watching together at homes. So pretty, OMG, thank you. You have beautiful hands, Sis Nandi, thank you. Umi, I'm so scared. Like, I'm so nervous. You know what? Turn 1 is going to determine everything. Turn 1 is going to determine everything. How are you, Mbatha? What do you mean? My dad married my mom. And then they had children. I don't understand that question. Lando DNF, bro, don't say that. Hi Nandi, where your church at? It's around my area.
There's something in the air tonight. Can you feel it too? We felt it ever since we arrived here in Abu Dhabi. As the sands of time then run down to the conclusion of this 2025 season, we arrive at the Yas Marina circuit for round 24 and a season finale beyond our wildest imaginations when we started out in Melbourne way back in March. For 3 title contenders tonight, there's a
58
life-changing
laps.
58 laps ahead.
Oh!
A 5th consecutive
It's
world
fine.
title for
We're
2 in
fine. It's gonna be
first ever
fine.
world
We're just
crown,
watching.
the stuff of boyhood dreams. Welcome along then, ladies and gentlemen, to a track which has been won from pole 10 times in the previous 10 Grand Prix. Will that perfectly executed pole by Max Verstappen and Red Bull prove crucial tonight?
I'm gonna, you know what? If Max wins today, I think I'm gonna make the switch. I'm gonna be a Red Bull fan. No!
It's the soft, the medium, the hard, C5, C4, C3, same as last year.
No.
But the starting
Okay,
grid
if Max
is
wins
way
today,
different. Renault bounce out of the Formula One calendar.
I think I'll
in their
become a
771st
part-time
Grand Prix.
Red
Their
Bull
last
fan.
race as an engine supplier, sadly for
Part-time,
them,
though.
occupy the back row.
Because you know Ferrari,
12-12 and the quali head-to-head in Sauber. He's alongside
Ferrari
Alex
is
Albon
also a
Williams.
part-time
Lewis
job.
Hamilton was 16th
If
on the
you
grid
take
here last
Ferrari
year.
seriously,
He's going to try and do that again tonight.
your heart will get broken. So, I'm thinking, if Max actually wins,
Liam Lawson starts 13th for Racing Bulls behind Carlos Sainz for Williams and
I'll have no choice but to stand.
by just 7/1000th of a second.
You have no choice. Guys, if Max Verstappen wins, you have no choice but to. I mean, he's won the previous 3 World Championships, but yeah, okay, sure. But if he wins today, we have no choice but to say, to listen, you're actually goated. Like, you actually, you drive. You know? I'm not tripping, right? Which channel? Yo, what channel is this? I think it's 215. I'm not sure, yeah.
Max Verstappen has bagged pole and Martin Brundle very soon. It's time to stop all the preamble. It's time to stop the talk. You cannot overhype this evening. I just want to get on with the action.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's get on
Verstappen and Red Bull have to control the pace of this race. McLaren and Norris and Piastri have to overtake him somehow and control the pace of this race. McLaren have split strategies
I remember the
between their
times
two
when
drivers.
Mercedes were
Medium
unstoppable.
compound
I also
for
remember
Norris,
those times.
the
Those
faster,
were the days.
less durable one. Hard compound for Oscar Piastri. And also
Those were the
the
days.
next one on the hard compound is Yuki Tsunoda in the second Red Bull.
I've never been live around this
Try and
time.
run
I just
well.
realized.
There's no doubt about it. Even though one is in on pole,
Yo,
and the
I
other
am
Red
due
Bull is
for a
in
hair salon
10th. They will
equipment.
be trying to
Yo.
use both cars to
Look at
destabilise
that. Yo.
McLaren's race.
We're expecting,
Yo.
if Max Verstappen goes into turn 1, comes out unscathed and is leading the race, to control the
Yeah,
pace,
turn 1 is
the
gonna
handbrake
determine
on
a
to
lot,
certain
guys. It's
extent,
start
keep the
now.
pack tightly close together. That's why his teammates on the hard compound side tonight to maybe take advantage. But if Max now does that, Oscar Piastri can have first advantage by being out in front when the others pit.
Yes, and if he does get a bit of clear air in front of him, put the throttle down and try and build some space. So
I love
we've
Formula
really
1. I
got to
actually
keep
really
an
like
eye
it.
on everybody in this race.
I've been watching Formula
as to
1 for
where-
like 3 years now.
Don't forget, Red Bull have a second team on the grid in Racing Bulls. Now, they can't block and they can't weed, but there's nothing to stop them leaving those cars out if they can bring them into play. And,
Who do you guys think is going to win?
and use them at least to slow, as Red Bull did with Sergio
Who do you guys
Perez,
think is gonna take it?
back in 2021. At least slow the progress of the
Actually, don't
McLarens.
even-
If they
I
can
don't
get
even
between
have-
them at some point with a counter
I
strategy.
have no idea.
Further down the field, it's a soft tyre
Anything
start.
can happen.
Albon, Hulkenberg, that soft tyre start could pay dividends if they pit
Hamilton
early.
is not even a
Apple
contender.
Martin, and it goes to the end. Andrea Stella, the McLaren team boss, I said to him, how did you sleep last night? He said, well, it was a bit on and off until I realised what the strategy should be for
Formula 1
today.
is great.
And then I slept beautifully. So Benny Collins, I wonder if they've got it
It's on my
right.
page.
Well, time will tell.
I also think Max is gonna.
With that split tire
Hi
strategy,
Cindy, hey girl, how are you?
So important to how today is going to plan out. Sonoda, I expected to start on a hard. That's beautifully set up to create some traffic to help Verstappen potentially go on and win this race. And his 5th drivers' championship. Can Sonoda extend long enough and hold the McLarens back? Piastri is hoping that the hard tire doesn't disadvantage him off the line.
I think Max is going to win today.
Opportunity later, so playing the long game, can that work?
You know, it's crazy that we were expecting everybody but Lando to win. Lando is currently number 1 is the 408 points. Why do we all have this mutual consensus about Lando?
The on-track action, we're going to get some tonight.
And curiously, this is not, normally it's been a sort of relatively easy one-stopper, but they're finding the tyres. And I think that could well be because the track's been resurfaced through turns 1 through to 4. And that's super high speed, especially turns 2 and 3. And they might just be taking a little bit more energy and life out of the tyre.
Right then, Martin Brundle. Lando Norris, 408 points. Verstappen, 396.
I also think Max is going to win. Max is Max doesn't give up.
Who would you want to be out of the top 3
Max
on
does
the
not
grid
give up.
contending tonight?
You would always want to be Norris with those 12 points in your pocket because Verstappen needs.
You can never
Norris to have a
count Max
problem.
Verstappen out.
And so does Piastri.
And isn't it crazy how they start exactly where they're standing right now in the championship?
The 5 lights out.
Ferrari will constantly break your heart, Nandi. This is why exactly. That's why I'm a part-time Ferrari fan. Part-time.
Knows what to do. Knows the track incredibly well. And you would think
take all the
that
heartache.
should be fairly straightforward. Red Bull have got to make sure it's not.
So, by the time we've finished tonight, we'll have completed 1,444 Grand Prix racing laps. We'll have raced over a distance of 10,313 kilometres. And Max Verstappen will have been world champion, ladies and gentlemen, for 1,457 consecutive days. Can he keep that run going? Will Lando Norris pounce and take his first world title? Will Oscar Piastri do the same and become the 3rd world champion from Australia? We started out in Melbourne. Will Melbourne be celebrating Oscar Piastri tonight? Or will it be a Glastonbury festival for Lando Norris, or Dutch delight for Max Verstappen?
Max Verstappen right at the front of his yellow marker line there. Doesn't want to give away any centimetres. And I think Lando also just moved forward slightly as well. Is right at the front of his start. And they've got about 10 or 20 degrees of pointing at each other, the 2 front row sitters.
On the front row, Max Verstappen and Lando Norris going through their pre-start routine, both being told that they were absolutely spot on.
Okay, it's almost lights out.
A very good getaway from both. There is the green flag. 5 lights on ahead of the drivers. Are you ready for this, ladies and gentlemen? It's lights out and away we go. Verstappen comes right over to cover Lando Norris. Leaves a gap for Piastri if he wants it. Norris trying to jockey his way past, but there is no way past. The top 3 all through in the same order. Norris ahead of Piastri, and then Fernando Alonso battling the way with Charles Leclerc and George Russell.
That was actually a good start.
Places at the start as Verstappen leads.
That's painful for George Russell there, losing those places because he's got a car that is very fast. It's steaming down the inside. Goes a racing ball.
Esteban Ocon behind Isaac Hadjar trying to steam past as well. Gabriel Bortoletto, I think, has been passed by Isaac Hadjar. And now Max Verstappen towards the chicanes behind them. It's almost wheel to wheel for Alonso, the former Ferrari driver, and Leclerc, the current Ferrari driver. And still Esteban Ocon trying to find a way past as Alonso has this time got past Leclerc. No! Leclerc just squeezes him out on the exit. But here comes Oscar Piastri right behind Lando Norris towards turn 9. And he's picking up a great slipstream as he moves to the outside. Piastri goes around the outside of Lando Norris, and he swoops through into 2nd place.
On the hard compound tyre as well.
That's what I'm talking about. Now go chase Max, please.
Max Verstappen with a different McLaren on his in his mirrors.
No, but even if Piastri wins P1, he doesn't win, regardless.
Piastri. And McLaren thinking,
Oscar would have to be P4 or below
for Oscar to win. Let's get in there and get after him.
But it would be nice if he won the race.
First lap with a great move from Oscar Piastri has put him up into into second place. Max Verstappen leads.
That
Lando
doesn't
Norris
change
third. That is
anything,
good enough
low-key.
if he finishes there. And to win the world
That was a
championship,
good
there's
start.
a long way to
And
go.
Oscar
Leclerc
overtook
is somehow still ahead of
Lando.
Alonso. Russell 6th. Bortoletto is ahead of Hadjar. Ocon 9th. Sonoda 10th. Ollie Behrman has dropped a place to Lawson. Sainz has dropped a place. Lawson's picked up 2 places. Hamilton on the soft tyre and Albon on the soft tyre picking up 2 places. Stroll and Antonelli heading down. Hulkenberg, Gasly, Colapinto the bottom 3.
DRS is now enabled, and neither of the McLarens have got it, but Charles Leclerc has in the Ferrari with a DRS train behind
Where
him.
did Leclerc
This
start?
is a problem now. This is a problem for Lando Norris. He really needs to stay close enough to Piastri because Leclerc's going to get another
I need Lando to be
dose of
P4
DRS
below.
right now.
And Oscar Piastri
I need him
might
to
not
be
need that DRS because he's got a much faster
there at
straight
the
line
bottom.
speed
Not
than
where
his
he is right
teammate.
now.
Look how he's pulling away there from Lando Norris. He's a bit under pressure.
So
And
we
on the night of
Charles
the
Leclerc
second
needs to
right
overtake him,
DRS as
actually.
well, the drag
That's what
reduction
we
system
want.
where that rear wing opens up. This is the
Ferrari
final
needs to
race
start
for
doing,
DRS, and
please.
some might think that's
Charles
a good
needs to
idea.
push that
Some
car.
might miss it. Well, we'll see what happens next year.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for, but let's see what we get next year. But
Lando's
we don't
not moving
care
with
about
it
next year
either.
right now. It's all about this evening. And you would have to say, this has not been
No,
a
I
great
also don't think
opening
so.
2 laps for Lando
I mean,
Norris.
you know what?
The
He's
thing is,
maybe
Lando
next
Norris
year.
can't afford to start dropping back under
Maybe
pressure
next year.
from
There's
Charles Leclerc
qualities
behind
that-
him and
that,
under
like,
pressure from
world
Fernando
champion
Alonso, who was
has.
absolutely cock-a-hoop when
Lando
he got
just-
that P6 in
I don't know.
qualifying yesterday. He bounced back into the Aston Martin hospitality area, and I'm not surprised too. His highest start here
Piastri's on hard.
Diaz Marina since what 2012. Started 6th that day, and he finished 2nd on the podium. There's race control of noted
That was
Franco
amazing.
Colapinto for a starting procedure infringement. That might be a jump start, and Hamilton has been noted for leaving the track and gaining an advantage.
Sure.
Norris getting
Lando
a little
would
bit
be
of breathing
champion
space
if-
behind
if
him
the-
now,
at
which
this
he
rate.
needs.
No, but
of
if-
course, if he finished in this position, he would
If Verstappen
be the world
finishes P1
champion.
in
Way
this
to
race,
go.
then
But,
Verstappen wins.
it helps McLaren a lot that George Russell, who I think, has got the 4th fastest combo on this racetrack, is tucked up behind Fernando Alonso.
And saying check his brakes as well.
I just need
Pedal
Leclerc to
feels a
overtake
little bit
Lando.
long. It's not getting the response that he wants towards the turn.
Yo, I need people to drive right now.
Like,
Like,
he is still George Russell.
I need them
tucked
to
up behind
drive,
Fernando
like,
Alonso.
drive.
Lewis Hamilton gaining on Ollie Behrman from the battle for 12th place. Whilst Max Verstappen setting another fastest lap of this race and extending his
Max is
advantage
gone,
to Oscar Piastri. We all thought he might back up
I think
the
it's
back
channel
with the
215.
handbrake on. That's not happening at this moment.
Now, some people
this
think
is
that,
no
that
ball.
will be after the first stops have taken place, or the stop indeed has taken place. So we'll wait and see, because at the moment, you're right, he's
Yeah.
stretching the field. We're looking for a 21-second gap.
Guys,
to
I
get
really-
into
I
after
really
a pit
think
stop,
that
and they're already 12.9
Verstappen is
ahead
gonna
of
win.
20th and last, Franco Colapinto.
Lap 4, half 58. Once again, we're on board still with
Yes, thank you,
Lewis
got it.
Hamilton. Don't forget, we've got the onboard
I'm
channel
also,
for you
like,
as well.
I'm
If you
counting
wanna
on
ride
Leclerc
board with
right
any of
now,
the
and then
25,
Alonso
you can
to
do so.
overtake
You
him
need your
after
Sky
that.
Sports app, the Sky Sports
And
login,
I'm
or
counting
press
on
the
people to
interactive
drive,
button on your
actually.
remote control if you're watching on Sky Q, Sky Stream, Sky Glass, or now. And now,
Leclerc.
yeah, here comes
Oh, he's
Leclerc,
chasing him down.
and here comes Russell too. Alonso's looking for him. In his mirrors, George Russell.
Yes,
down
let
the
Russell
inside,
pass.
up Fernando
Nice.
Alonso, and he puts his car
Because I
over the
trust
fifth.
Russell more than I
Alonso,
trust
I think, will
Alonso.
then start backing the
Russell
back
can
up.
definitely
Now
chase
that he's
down
lost
Lando.
that place to George Russell, who was out of DRS. But look at this, Leclerc is being a right menace behind Lando Norris.
Yes,
And
chasing.
ahead of Lewis Hamilton, Behrman and
Get
Lawson
him.
having a right old tussle
Oh,
as well as Charles Leclerc gets really close to the back end of Lando Norris, and Hamilton has
Oh,
made
Charles
up
is
a
making me
place
so
there.
proud right
And
now.
is that Ollie
Yeah.
Behrman with a little bit of trouble? Do we see some spark? He's coming back at him, and he almost made contact. Wow, there's a battle going on for 12.
And the story also here is Ferrari have a much better race car than a qualifying car. They look good.
Those soft tyres working well for Lewis Hamilton currently. His teammate Charles Leclerc is up in fourth and is putting all sorts of pressure on Lando Norris
the pressure.
as they cross the line once again. 2.2 seconds.
Lando, we're happy with this as long as you're comfortable. This will be plan A, target lap, plan A, target lap.
Yeah, and that's unless the Ferrari gets
I hate
past
that
him. If he's got a
Verstappen
bit
is
more
winning this
pace,
thing.
he ought to just get himself a bit of breathing space there, because Leclerc cares nothing about the World Championship.
So Leclerc might just be not getting the DRS
do a
advantage
big
on this
thing
lap.
now.
There's
George
gained a
could-
few hundreds behind Lando Norris. There it goes.
George could really
into
make all
the
of us
hairpin.
happy.
So
And
he should
Charles.
still get that advantage advantage.
They just
About
need to
18
do.
kilometers an hour
They need to do what they do
extra
best. They need
pace
to
down the
drive.
straight, but he's a long, long way back.
Hasn't got it.
Yeah, 2.5 seconds. Verstappen over Piastri. Bernie Collins on the pit wall. Let's go down to you.
Yeah, just quickly.
Okay, I
So
will.
Norris seemed to be managing a lot through turns 2, 3, 4, and that's
Not a
where
Verstappen
Leclerc was able to
fan.
gear
Why?
on him, and then
I
with
wasn't
the
a
DRS,
Verstappen
which he's
fan
lost this lap,
also
better in straight line
after
speed
what
as
happened
well.
in
Like,
2021.
the last
But
time
then
through 2, 3, 4,
I don't know. The more I watch, the more I like him.
Early management.
So weird.
Leclerc to close, but
The
I'll
more I
continue
watch
to
Formula One, the more I like
Yeah,
Verstappen.
tyre management, just easing off the throttle, not putting too much lateral load in. So it was Alonso who got a stormer of a start, wasn't it, in the Aston
he had a
Martin, up
good
the inside
start.
of Leclerc's
He
Ferrari
immediately
as well.
closed him off.
And at this point, it all looked perfect for McLaren. And when they get round to turn 9, Piastri will put a move. Was that a planned move? Will put a move on Lando Norris.
Hey.
And look at that. Leclerc also having a look into turn 5 as well. But Norris seems to have it covered.
This is the start.
Yeah, he
on
can
board
get it.
with Max
Okay,
Verstappen. Just
You know,
moves
when I
straight
started,
away.
the first time I started watching Formula One, I never thought that this day would come where I'm speaking for Max Verstappen.
Red Bull.
It was good enough though.
You know what it was?
Just bogged down a little. It was fine, but it just
Hey,
bogged
also
a little.
I found out like
Here's
he's,
George Russell.
he's a stepdad.
Too much wheel spin. So often
And that made me
happens when
like
you
him
know
even
you've got the
more.
initial launch, you get
And he's
a bit
actually a good
trigger happy on the
stepdad,
throttle,
you know?
and you double
Then I
your
started
troubles.
liking him even more and I started seeing him as a human being, actually.
running down in 6.
No, I'm just like, oh, Max is a good guy.
Verstappen extending his lead out in front over
He's so
Oscar Piastri.
tenacious.
As we see Piastri's move now on Lando Norris in towards turn 9.
I'm watching on
He was
Guest
picking up a
TV.
great slipstream. I don't know if it was planned or not, but he's certainly committed early into that.
Yeah, and it was a lovely move, and he's got a bit more straight line speed, and as you say, the slipstream, no DRS. They both start harvesting, that's the red lights flashing, filling their battery up, and very bold. He had enough grip to go around the outside. That's a sweet move from Oscar Piastri. Beautiful.
And the thing with Oscar Piastri,
We're on lap
is
6
on a
already.
hard compound tyre. He can go much longer in this stint and dictate, control the race. You would imagine.
This is good for now, Max. We may wish to be going longer, so just keep on top.
And that might be a cue for Max Verstappen to start just controlling his pace a little bit. But Piastri can go much longer, we think, than Max Verstappen. They've kept a couple of hard tyres back in McLaren just in case. And when he's controlling the race, we'll see what the pace is like then. Now, I mentioned Lewis Hamilton have been noted for leaving the track and gaining an advantage. The stewards have had a look at it, as has Anthony Davidson. And what did you see?
Yeah, so he was racing Sainz, Scotty, on through turn 6, where he mounted an attack, and then on the exit of turn 7, he'll claim that he got hit out of the way, but he did actually end up overtaking the Williams driver off track. Lando Norris.
What time is it in Abu Dhabi right now?
Norris has been told by his
The same
engineer
time as us,
that we
right?
suggest using a little bit more of your tyres to make this a bit easier. Doesn't look too easy to me just yet.
And the stewards have said no further investigation on that Lewis
Hi,
Hamilton
Lisa.
issue.
How are you,
So here
girl?
comes Charles Leclerc once again towards Lando Norris once again. He gets tucked
Is Lewis
behind,
must be
but
considered
no way
his move to
past the
Ferrari,
McLaren.
unfortunately.
So Lando's managing his tyres, as
Yeah.
Freddie is pointing out, not trying to take too much life out of them in the really high-loaded areas. But Leclerc is a major threat there
But I
for
mean,
his
I will
top
go
3 position that he
wherever
needs
Lewis goes.
to win this World
If
Championship.
he goes to Aston Martin,
But he's thinking the
then
long
I'm an
game.
Aston Martin fan.
Lando doesn't look
If he goes to
flustered.
McLaren,
He's not going
then I'm a
and,
McLaren fan. I'll go
he's not
wherever
going
Lewis
and,
Hamilton goes.
defending fresh
Actually,
air and
I'm a
spending
Lewis
too long
Hamilton fan.
defending against
I'm not really a
Ferrari's
Ferrari
not quite
fan.
in position. So what they're basically saying there, we've asked Oscar to speed up.
It was a bad
That's
move.
because Lando's driving
Let's
in
give
his
it some
dirty
time. It's the
year.
first year.
And,
You know, he's
they
still
get
adjusting to the
nervous.
car.
McLaren are
Let's
nervous
judge
that they're
next
under
year.
pressure from Charles
Next year we'll be
Leclerc.
able to
Ferrari
judge
is performing
if it was a
better
bad
in
move.
race trip.
If Lando Norris is fourth in this race, Max Verstappen has to finish second or lower for Lando Norris to be world champion. Just one of the many permutations here tonight.
And Lando had a little...
Let's see if we can start putting Verstappen under pressure.
And I tell you what, Norris needs some good traction out of turn 7
Sure,
because
dude,
Leclerc's
like,
going to get
push
another
that car,
rear wing
please.
open moment and the slipstream, and he'll be on to him. So they want Piastri to pick up the pace so that Lando can pick up his pace and not be in so much dirty air.
That was a good exit there by Lando
it's like
Norris
5 o'clock, 'cause I'm
outside
looking
that
at
turn
the-
7 chicane. Let's head down to 10 in the pit lane.
Right, wherever Lewis goes, yeah.
It's Nico Hülkenberg
Wherever he goes.
in the Sauber, and he's got off the soft tyre. So expect to see Lewis Hamilton in within a handful of laps. And talking of target lap time for Lando Norris, between laps 15 and 21, unless they want to extend it on that medium tyre. Just a reminder of the time, how long it takes you.
Yo, guys, I think Lando's gonna win.
Under normal situations, 11 seconds if it's under a virtual safety car. And as I say,
Actually, thinking about it, I think he might win.
With the soft tyre to get rid of that. Didn't last for long, but he made up some places. Seriously, predicting the future there, Ted Kravitz, and also Alex Albon into the pits, the other starter on the soft tyres.
No, I would rather Max Verstappen win this, hey?
And on go the hard compound tyre. This is all they can do for Lewis, really, isn't it?
Actually, after this race, I'm ending the live. I can't stay on live for that long.
To come through the field from 16th on the grid.
It's a strategy that worked very, very well for Kimi Antonelli.
The ability, you really don't like Max, Nick.
In Las Vegas, and went on to score a whole host of points. The young rookie finished third after the two McLarens had got disqualified. Antonelli, by the way, started just 2 points behind Hamilton in 7th in the championship today.
Piastri, I don't know how he's seeing that. Piastri is like Verstappen's front tyres. You were looking at some data, Crofty. Verstappen's front tyres, I can see them grainy. That's impressive from that distance.
He's got the best eyesight in Abu Dhabi this evening. Bernie Collins has got the second best eyesight. She's looking at a laptop.
No, not probably it is.
Well, I've got some data, Crofty. That's definitely helping my eyesight. So what do we think is going to happen now with McLaren's? I think McLaren were not expecting Piastri on that hard tyre to get ahead of Lando Norris on the medium tyre. Piastri should run longer into the race on that hard tyre. Does that mean that they allow Norris to undercut him by stopping first?
Yeah, I think the first few, the pit stops
means that Piastri likely
are going to set the tone. I said turn 1 is going to set the tone.
Positions back at the end. So how long can the hard go? And is the medium green in?
Every time I make predictions about Formula 1, I'm always
so
wrong.
much better that he can overtake and push for that first drivers' championship. Lots still to play for, particularly across these two.
So let me say,
Unlike 7
Lando's
days
going to
ago,
win.
Fernando Alonso is not playing. They hold the rest of them up, and then I'll bolt just before my pit stop. He's lapping 30.0 on that last lap. He's lapping fast, so what that means is we're not getting a big pit stop gap for the top 3 or 4 to pit into.
Well, Max Verstappen said, we're just going to go out and win the race, and we're going to run it as best we can. And not really get involved too much in the games, and that is what's happening so far.
That's so sweet, you guys. Thank you.
Just set the new fastest lap of the race. Not surprising because he's just been into the
Landed
pits
to pit first and undercuts Oscar.
Zach Brown is on the pit wall at McLaren. So Zach, tell us from your perspective how the opening 10 laps have gone.
I need to stop controlling my face.
It's comfortable, but
I hate how McLaren is always sabotaging Oscar.
Zach, were you expecting your cars to swap position on the first lap? Did that come as a bit of a surprise?
no, I wasn't surprised by that.
Zach, thanks ever so much. We'll be back with you in a little while. Max Verstappen then, who's led
He's
4
so
Grand
full of
Prix and 2
what?
sprints from
Like,
start to finish this
I don't know, Zach
season,
Brown is just...
is leading and has led each and every one of the 10 racing laps we've had so
let me show
far
you guys
tonight.
the screen
Oscar
quickly for a
Piastri
while.
is in
Because I don't
second
want,
place.
I can't
Lando
show you for
Norris
too
is
long
in
because I'm going
third.
to get bad.
That is good enough for Lando Norris to become champion at the end of 58 laps. For Verstappen
I'm going to show you for a while.
to win the title, if he wins this race, Lando Norris has to be fourth.
So we're on lap 11.
Oscar Piastri to win the title. If he finishes second, Lando Norris has to be 10th or lower, and Max Verstappen has to finish 4th or lower.
Let's see when he slows down if we can see any of this graining. They don't look too bad. They don't look too bad at all. But with Piastri sitting there on hard compound tyres, that really confines Red Bull in terms of trying to slow the pack down. They've really got... And Zach's sort of just confirming it there. They weren't surprised at the change on the first lap. They put Piastri in there, and he can torment Verstappen, and he can very much restrict what Red Bull can do from there. With that car, his talent, and those hard compound tyres.
And if it was
Thank
a
you. Where are you watching it? I'm watching it on DSTV.
It's good for Piastri. It gets him up
On my laptop, though.
into second place. It only becomes bad if he has to
We
hand
need
the
a
place
safety
back
car,
to his
something.
teammate
You
later
know,
in
we
the
need
race.
some...
Dream situation here for McLaren would be Piastri out front.
You know?
They can do it.
Still...
And he will be at some point because of the tyres. Norris third. They've got both drivers in a World Championship winning position. Norris would take it.
I got it from the Grand Prix store at Santon City.
The nightmare for McLaren of Verstappen being the champion.
Bro, Max can't take this car.
Constructors champions, of course, back in September in Singapore. In October
Which channel on GSTV? I think it's channel 215.
The double, the constructors and the drivers' championship.
Channel
looking good for
215.
them so far as Verstappen leads by about 2 seconds.
Oh, I was confused for a second.
Now outside the championship contention, Charles Leclerc just dropped
I don't
back
like
a little bit
Max, but
on
he's the
Lando
best
Norris in recent laps. George
antagonist in Formula 1 history. I don't think we'll ever see
is
another.
currently
I
running in
agree.
fifth, Fernando Alonso sixth
I
ahead
agree.
of Gabriel Bortoletto, Isaac Hadjar in 8th, and Esteban Ocon 9th. And then comes Yuki Tsunoda in 10th. Lawson and Behrman are under investigation, driving erratically potentially. Liam Lawson, the stewards, are looking
What happened to Charles Leclerc chasing down Lando, who was so
There's an
close?
interesting little battle, isn't there? Kimi Antonelli
that
is
car.
2 points behind the man whose seat he took when he moved to Ferrari.
That Ferrari
Lewis
car is
Hamilton.
just not...
Hamilton's pitted, he's down in 18th, but at the moment
George
you have to
Russell
say
in top
advantage
5
Lewis
before
Hamilton with a
TCA
pit
is
stop
crazy.
out of the way. And that
George
little
Russell is so
sort of
slept on. I think
interesting
George is a
aside,
really
isn't
good
it, between
driver.
Antonelli and Hamilton.
It's crazy because I never really cared for George Russell.
Well, 18 seasons
I never
in
really
Formula
cared for
1
Max
Lewis Hamilton.
Verstappen.
He's never finished
But this
outside
year
the top
they've been
in
like
the championship.
on the
That
top of
could
my
happen
list. Like
tonight
they've
if Kimi
really
Antonelli
impressed me this year.
scores 2 points and Lewis Hamilton doesn't score any. So interesting, and I think for Lewis Hamilton actually quite important as well to at least come away from this season with another top 6 finish in the championship to keep that record going and then build on something in the winter to come back in a much better frame of mind, which I really hope he does.
Leclerc starting to hurt a little bit now with his tyres. He's been in close to the back of that McLaren, and we know the McLarens have tended to be very good at keeping their tyres intact on the longer run, something they couldn't really use last weekend because of that 25 lap limit.
My graining is definitely picking up, says Lando Norris, so he'll be happier that Oscar Piastri's a little bit further up the road, but he'll be concerned about that graining and how that affects
Max
his
number 1, yeah, he qualified
traction out of the
P1.
slow corners.
Now,
Is that a Stowen? Yeah, it's a
is
Stowen.
16 seconds
I
adrift.
challenge
It
you
won't
to go
be,
racing.
about another
You know, I want to go
Tsunoda will be more than a
karting.
pit stop
I've
behind.
gone
Again,
go karting
takes
before,
away, unless they can get
like
Tsunoda
3
in and do
times,
some
and
stunning
it's
lap
always
time,
such a mission
takes
for me.
away
I'm not
him
really the best
as a
driver.
tool in this race to destabilise McLaren.
Good news for Tsunoda.
On the road,
Isaac Hadjar
like
is just back
actually
things up
driving
a
my
little bit
car,
there, and that has brought
I think I'm
Esteban
good.
Ocon into contention.
But go-karting,
DRS range. That's going to give
I'm
Yuki Tsunoda a chance to get a little bit closer as well. What they're telling Tsunoda on the team radio is that opportunities will come because some of the DRS training is breaking up a little
Oscar
bit.
Piastri,
Right, Martin, 16.3 seconds
but it's not
behind
looking
his
good.
teammate and leader at the moment. Max
So,
Verstappen.
if not Oscar
Piastri
to
just
win
at a 29,
today,
just taken 4 tenths
then
out of the lead
Max.
of Max Verstappen. We've got a 5
I don't know, anyone but
second
Lando
time
for me.
penalty for Liam
I've been
Lawson
saying
for
this.
driving erratically.
We saw that
Anyone
in the
but Lando.
chicane on turn 6 and 7 when we were on board. I think with
Is that your real name? Would you believe me if I said yes?
he was just a little bit behind them at the time before he pitted, and they certainly came together very closely.
So
but we
not.
didn't quite see what
Would
triggered
you
it.
believe me if
Going
I
around
said it
corners
was
at
my
200
real
miles an
name?
hour is quite erratic anyway, isn't it, basically? But anyway, it was extra
Bet.
erratic.
No, I
because it's a
don't wanna
5 second
bet.
penalty he'll serve at the pit
I
stop. They're not
don't.
allowed to touch the car
Because you
for
know,
those 5 seconds.
I'm always like
The
wrong
championship
when it comes to
midfield battle
Formula
is
1.
important
So,
for prize money. And at
but
the
you know,
moment,
let's do it
Haas not
just for
closing in
fun's
on
sake,
Aston
right?
Martin,
What do
who
you
had,
what do you
a
wanna
decent
do?
weekend in Qatar and went back ahead of Haas in that 7th place
Nandi
in the
might be right.
championship.
Lando
We're on
might
board
take
then
it home. I
with
think he
Esteban
is. I
Ocon.
think
DRS
so.
zone number 2 is there a way past.
I think so.
The car in front, Isaac Hadjar. No, there isn't. Ted, down to you.
No.
Right, so if we think the
I think
first
Max
lap
will
that
take
the
it.
medium starters can pit and
You
go
see
on to
how
the hard
I'm
go to the end of the race very
flip-flopping?
comfortably
I'm dilly-dallying
is lap
around
15.
this. I'm not
That's
even
a
sure
lap
who's
away,
gonna
isn't it,
take it.
Crofty?
Yes.
So if you want to make a cup of tea, go and do it now, because I think George Russell might
Yeah,
pull the
Piastri's on
trigger
hard.
here on a potential undercut with Charles Leclerc. Mercedes team radio.
I'll tell you, you are the best fortune teller
He's
we've
right in
got.
front of me. He's right in front. I promise you, I didn't know that was going to happen.
they're doing an undercut.
But the mechanics are out. They're ready for a pit stop. Also comes in with the Racing Bulls. Oh, a bit gingerly away for George. I think he had to wait for the Racing Bulls there. But otherwise, he's pulling the undercut on Charles Leclerc. Let's see if Ferrari react. If they bring him in next lap, they've got half a chance. A second and a half Leclerc had on George. But otherwise, George needs a massive outlap now to undercut Leclerc.
Yeah, I tell you what he was also doing, and Hadjar was also
Wait, the
trying
case
the
of
same
Chiefs
thing out
loses.
there. They were covering
I don't know
Lewis
anything
Hamilton,
about soccer.
because Hamilton stopped a few laps ago, and he has
Case of
got
Chiefs is
ahead
not
of
the
Isaac
team to
Hadjar.
go
George
for.
Russell has come
Which
out
team
just ahead
should
of
you
his old
support
teammate,
then?
so he was covering him off.
Yeah, well, he's got to get past Colapinto quite quickly, George Russell, but then he's going to come across a big queue of traffic. Ocon, Tsunoda, Lawson, Sainz, Stroll, Antonelli. He's got to hope they start pitting soon too.
Yeah, so it's not ideal.
Yeah, I always tell you guys about how I started watching Formula One. I just saw an ad, and it was very interesting to me, so I started watching it. I saw an ad
So
on.
will that then trigger the likes of Ocon?
And it was interesting to me how quickly they change things and then they go super fast. That's how I started liking Formula One.
Thinking, well, we might force Piastri to come in, or Charles Leclerc to come in, but they decided against that. I said, would Bortoletto come in? The answer to that is yes, to protect him against the undercut. Alonso has stayed out. Bortoletto, Sauber's last race in
that was such a
Formula
slow
One,
pit.
as they become Audi for next season, and he's off and away, and he'll come out round about where Isaac Hadjar might be. Let's just see, there's Alex Albon making his way around to turn one, and he's beaten Alex Albon out onto the track, and
So
Isaac Hadjar
disappointed
as
by
well.
Alonso.
Exit, isn't it? Wow, you're doing 150
Why?
before you finish it, but good
Why?
news for...
And keep building this gap on Leclerc. It gives us choices.
The gap has gone up to 2.2 seconds.
They need more than that. If they want to have the luxury of hitting a lap,
I got it from the Grand Prix store. I got
maybe
this
even
top
2
from
laps
the
over
Grand
there. They
Prix
need
store.
4 to 5 seconds. What do you think,
Is it
Bernie?
Ferrari or Hamilton?
Yeah, I totally agree, Martin. I was just looking at that because I think Leclerc is at risk of an undercut on Norris. That's why they're trying to open that gap. And Norris is too far behind Verstappen.
Right, they're waiting at McLaren for that. Lando Norris could see the crew out in the pit lane. And Lando Norris is coming in to make his first and possibly only stop of this race. And Charles Leclerc is also coming in. And Fernando Alonso will also pit soon.
Oh my word.
McLaren do a super job in servicing 4 tyres and getting him back out again. 2.5 seconds for Ferrari, 2.1 seconds for McLaren.
Now Lando Norris and Charles Leclerc, for that matter, will hear the traffic on the pit straight.
That's because she's
the
pit
most
now as well,
awful feeling in the world when you're on the pit limit, you can hear all your rivals. So he will come out behind Kimi Antonelli, and there it is.
I was going to say the Mercedes you saw through turn 1 was Kimi Antonelli, so it's down in 9th place now for Lando Norris. Antonelli and Sainz and Stroll, Lawson haven't pitted yet.
Oscar, do you think we can do Plan A? Thoughts on Plan A? I think doable for now.
And Plan A then go long on these hard compound tyres as his teammate is stuck in a bit of a DRS train. And that's not good news for Lando Norris. They've all got DRS, but unless they can get past Liam Lawson, who's running 5th, then they all stay in that stationary position.
Also, you know what? I was really glad when George overtook Alonso because I didn't think he was going to get the job done.
Alonso and Leclerc
To
came
be
in,
fair.
but
Is it going to rain?
this is not ideal for Lando Norris in this amount of traffic.
Alonso couldn't get the job done.
A little bit from George Russell.
Rather
Just
George
on the
Russell.
tail of that DRS train. All the while here, Lando Norris is going to be losing time to his
No, Joby, why are you happy that Lando pitted first?
Oscar Piastri. And I said Charles Leclerc was under pressure from George
I think
Russell.
he will keep those tires and finish on mediums or softs, maybe a one-stop.
But they come to him a little bit, but he was really struggling for grip out there on the hard compound.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a one-stop. But is it going to work?
To cover off George Russell, who's pitted earlier.
Is it going to work though?
In severe danger. Norris into traffic. Russell.
No, Spay, he's not washed.
First not moving under brake, I don't know where it's literally.
You know what? He's still the face of Formula One.
Wait for the day George Russell joins us in the commentary box, Martin. He has got so many opinions down the inside.
And behind Lando,
Norris on Kimi Antonelli. That's a move he had to make. So there's one gone, and now he's got 3 more to try and get past as well.
Antonelli's got the DRS though, because the detection point's on the exit of the corner. Norris will have to watch out.
Yes, then do it. Then.
And he survives that moment. So now he moves on, and he should have a chance of getting past this Williams down the next straight.
And Stroll on the hard tyre, started on the hard tyre, has now got past Liam Lawson and has moved up into 5th. Here comes Lando Norris on the Williams of Carlos Sainz. Great friends, former teammates, swapping places. Norris is up to 7th, 2 back straights and 2 places made up.
Yeah, that's important and very good
like
overtaking there from Lando Norris. The one on Antonelli was great, very, very committed and an unorthodox place, unless you're 2021 Max Verstappen, quite an unorthodox place to try to overtake somebody, but he made it stick with those tyres.
He certainly did. Lawson is back ahead of Stroll as they swap places, and coming up behind Lance Stroll now is Lando Norris. Bernie Collins on the pit wall, down to you.
Yeah, so this is it, Crofty. This is the most dangerous bit of the race for Lando Norris's championship position, because coming through this traffic can and often does be the thing that causes a safety car.
There is a lot of traffic. Please let there be a lot of traffic. Where Lando is right now is where he should be when this race ends.
3 cars ahead of Lando Norris is Yuki Tsunoda on that hard tyre from the start, so he's going to have to overtake him.
And he's doing such a good job.
Close the pit window for Verstappen.
He's actually doing a good
He's going to
job.
get Stroll here into the chicane.
Passing
He
people
might
like
get
crazy.
Lawson too, and
Look at him.
does. Well, 2 drivers, 2 overtakes for the price of 1 for Lando Norris there. Yuki Tsunoda is next on the road.
Yeah, Ant's just in my ear, race controls.
Lando's driving really good
when
now.
You're leading a championship, really super
Like
driving.
he's driving.
But again, he needs to fend off this potential. It's so important to keep this place, and he will. He's got the grip to do it, and off he goes. So as Bernie was pointing out, next stop, Yuki Tsunoda, Max Verstappen's
I'm not even looking at
teammate.
Hamilton,
But
I'm
to
not
be
gonna
honest, the
lie.
pace he's got. And with
The
those
traffic not
tyres,
helping Lando.
Tsunoda,
He's
I don't think,
overtaking. Like he's the only person in front of him now is
we'll have a
Yuki.
prayer of keeping that McLaren
He's overtook all those cars.
Asking at the moment.
All the traffic.
As this is from Lando Norris, he is losing time as Ocon now pits to Verstappen and Piastri lap by lap. They might be saying, well, why did McLaren pit him when they did? Now, they were covering George Russell.
Yeah.
It's fine as long as Lando Norris stays ahead of
Yeah.
George Russell, because that should protect that 3rd place when all this pans out and we see Charles Leclerc getting past Kimi
I don't know,
Antonelli.
I'm trying to prepare my
the pit
mind
stops are
that
all
Lando's
played
gonna
out.
win.
Lando Norris should still be in 3rd place, but they had to pit then to cover off George Russell. As we see the Aston
I think let's
Martin
prepare
of Lance
ourselves
Stroll
that Lando
against Charles
is
Leclerc.
winning the
And now they can go
championship
wheel
today.
to wheel down that back straight, and on the inside, Charles Leclerc should get that
He's
move
driving
done
so
once
well.
and twice. It's happened again. Liam Lawson and Lance Stroll, who haven't pitted
Hamilton
yet,
is doing
both
well.
passed at the same point.
Look at Lewis Hamilton right in there as well with that early stop. That's brought him nicely into play. I think we'll keep those tyres intact.
Lewis Hamilton now up into 10th place. Watch out for Liam Lawson with a bit of DRS coming
I
back
feel like
at
Lewis
Charles Leclerc.
Hamilton gonna
But he's
pit
too
stop
far
and
back
cover
to
with
make
fresh
a move into
tyres.
turn 9.
So one car then ahead of Norris against Tsunoda is Tsunoda. Then the next 2 cars are just the 2 cars in front of him, Verstappen and Piastri.
No, not anytime
and again,
soon.
then it looks like
also don't
Leclerc's
think-
got that Ferrari up to speed on the hard compound tyres, and you'd have to say it's remarkably close to the back of Lando Norris.
And they're still saying plan A for Lando Norris. No need to deviate too much. They're happy on that McLaren pit wall with the way this race is panning out. Now, the next blockage for Lando could be a blockage, might not be a blockage. We shall see.
Piastri and
Will
Verstappen
be
haven't
Yuki
pitted
Tsunoda,
it.
started on the hard
Lando
tyre
has.
for this very eventuality, to be a helping hand to his teammate Max Verstappen to try and hold up Lando Norris at some stage, because Norris was always going to pit by starting on the medium tyre ahead of the Red Bull driver starting on the hard tyre. There's Yuki, there's Lando. Give it a couple of laps. And
I
we'll
feel that
see
the
just
strategy
how
is
far
only
behind
going to
he is.
benefit
Then we'll see
Lando.
how quick he can make a move.
Okay, we expect Norris to be your DRS within 1 lap. or you can when he
the
catches.
strategy they,
Just like I said
they
there,
have for
if you can
Piastri
just help
is
us out,
it's never
your
good
final
for
race
Oscar.
for Red Bull,
But
and
it
the final
always
race for
benefits
Honda
Lando,
with Red Bull too.
one
That
way
will
or
be lovely.
another.
Yeah, it's as they did with Sergio Perez in 2021, but Lando Norris was 3/10 slower than Charles Leclerc on the previous lap. He's already a tenth down on this lap. Leclerc's fast. Leclerc is going to be the thorn in the side of McLaren tonight in this World Championship.
Look at George Russell go too. Past Stroll, past Lawson. Lawson and Stroll
but
having
who's
their own
got
little
nothing
battle here, and
reference in
George
the
Russell's
Bible?
there to pick up the pieces. He's up into 6th. It seems if you can pass the
Yeah, I
Aston
think there's
Martin or the
Christians in
Racing Bulls,
Formula
you get
One.
the other in the same corner at the moment. That's exactly what's been happening.
Yeah.
I know what to do, leave me to it, says Snowden.
Well, all he can do is try and slow him down a little bit through the final sector. That put Charles Leclerc right on his tail, but you're not allowed to weave. You're not allowed to block per se. Of course, this is for position, so there are no blue flags involved here.
Lando
And
deserves to
Yuki
win
Tsunoda, who is out of Formula 1 as of this
Oscar's the
evening,
new
but
boy in
stays with Red Bull.
But why are
as
we
test and development
rewarding
reserve
people based
driver.
on how long they've been with the team?
Annoyingly for
Like,
Norris, he hasn't caught him at the
Lando
beginning
is
of the straight, so
Oscar's just a
Tsunoda
better
will
driver.
have all the right corners to slow
Why
Norris
would we
down.
say Lando deserves a championship over Oscar just because he's been with the
Norris
team
with those
longer?
fresher tyres. Verstappen at 129.4, Piastri at 129.5.
Yay, this year, the way I wanted to say Forza Ferrari sempre, but I didn't get the chance to say Forza Ferrari.
Between Norris and McLaren.
No forzaring for Ferrari.
Not much at all, about a second and a half. They can see
And Ferrari really did a number on us this year.
He's found some grip. Leclerc is absolutely flying.
Because last year
This
was
is
a
where
really good
Tsunoda
season for Ferrari.
can
And then we were like,
hurt
yeah,
Norris,
Hamilton is joining, it's going to be even
in terms
better.
of just through these slow corners and just back him up a little bit. But once they get then all the way down to the back straight, Norris ought to have the ability to go past him.
What has Yuki Tsunoda got to try and fend off Lando Norris? He hasn't got the superior tyre life. He has got the battery at his disposal. He's got the override button, as it were.
Leclerc is only 1.4 seconds behind Tsunoda's being told. We're bordering on the edge of unsporting behaviour here. Right on the edge of it.
Yuki Tsunoda definitely putting the handbrake on at a 1:30.0. He was about half a second slower on that previous lap. Lando Norris is right on his tail. This is where Yuki Tsunoda now needs to deploy his battery and to give him that electrical boost down the back straight.
Yeah,
but is it enough of a boost? Because
Guys,
here comes
this is
Lando Norris
Yuki's
and
last-
he gets forced right almost completely off the track. Yuki Tsunoda made it tough, but Lando Norris sailed through. That is crucial for Lando Norris's championship charge.
We're going to have to look at that, because was he all four wheels off the track? He was, because he was pushed off the track.
Yeah.
But he overtook off the track. We'll check that out.
But he was playing force majeure. I had to do it, otherwise I was going into the back of it.
I would think so, but
Right, well, that happens. In comes Max Verstappen. Let's head down to the pits. Ted Kravitz.
Max is
Yeah, so
boxing.
what that also did from Yuki Tsunoda is making sure that if Red Bull have a slow pit stop, then
Did you guys see how Lando just overtook Yuki like that?
It's not brilliant, but it's enough. So job done, enough from Yuki Tsunoda, notwithstanding pushing Lando onto the grass, and Max carries on. He'll rejoin well ahead of Lando.
yeah, and the trouble when you're out there where Norris was is punctures. If you get such a risk of punctures when you're out in uncharted territory like that. But anyway, on they go.
Okay, you got some clear air. Let's see how this tyre recovers.
What have you got for us, Oscar? Try and build a gap, please, say McLaren. 23 laps
Bro,
led,
how is PSG
by
keeping the
Max
gap
Verstappen
and it's
tonight.
just like
Means he's
keeping
led more
hard
laps
against
than any other driver this
the boys
season.
cooking.
This is the Lando Norris Yuki Tsunoda incident. Did he go all four wheels?
Oh yeah,
off the
George
track?
Russell is
He
really
forced all
good.
four wheels off the track?
Did he keep a bit of
He
time
truly
on the
is
right line?
very slipped on.
Tsunoda moved. You're only allowed to move once. It's absolutely clear in the race. You
Thank you,
cannot
Princess.
weave
That's
like
so
that.
sweet.
That is absolutely
Thank
against
you.
the regulations. Lando Norris was off the track, and of course the team will say,
Yeah, he has
well,
to give the
of course it was,
position
because he was literally. We had a guy weaving all over. You
Please give it
absolutely
back.
cannot do what Tsunoda just did.
Which might be the defence to play here. Whether the stewards say it's a good defence, but you still did it, I don't know. The thing is now that Lando Norris is what? Just look at the gap, over 2 seconds ahead of Yuki
Yeah, he was
Tsunoda.
pushed.
That
He
has
was
been
pushed.
noted by race control, so the stewards
He
may
was
well
pushed.
Have a look at it. Oscar Piastri out in the lead. Max Verstappen runs in second place. Lando Norris third. That is still good enough for Lando Norris to be world champion if it stays that way.
So Red Bull will be saying he overtook off the track. They'll be pushing this hard now.
Hey,
to
Blue Butterfly, yeah, we're
fighting
family.
back hard on it as well. And the stewards will have to be firm on all of that. So here we go then. We're back with it's now Piastri, Verstappen, Norris.
He hasn't hit it yet.
Leclerc is still close enough to spoil Norris's race, life, in terms of Norris having to get into the top three.
We'll put it this way: Yuki Tsunoda has now been passed
Lando
by Charles Leclerc.
has been driving really
I don't
good.
think he made. I don't think he made Charles Leclerc fight quite as hard as he made Lando Norris, and he probably went to George Russell too, because that
really
is not going to help his
impressively
teammate Max Verstappen, who needs Norris out of the top three. Only Oscar Piastri of that top three hasn't pitted yet. And he's trying to build a gap to come back into this race and still be around first or second. So Charles Leclerc passing Yuki Tsunoda. Yeah, Yuki Tsunoda kept well over to the right-hand side there, didn't he?
Well, his steering wheel appeared to be connected to his front tyres there, Yuki Tsunoda.
The stewards, so race control have actually noted Yuki Tsunoda now for forcing another driver off the track. That might be a 5-second penalty coming.
It'd be a relief to McLaren that they're not looking at
aggressive
a pass off the track. That would be brutally unfair because of the weaving. But
he's just
let's see
all over the place.
I think they are looking at it as well. It's been noted. The two incidents have both been noted. So forcing another driver off the track is now under investigation. Leaving the track and gaining an advantage is now under investigation. I mean, two wrongs don't normally make a right, but you can see both being chalked off because one wouldn't have happened without the other, so to speak.
Ricardo.
Either way, while that's going on, Charles Leclerc is now the fastest man.
Danny Ferrari taking his home watch now, and we're reaching now.
Norris in third place.
That's a bit of a
more
reach.
comfortable in terms of on-track position than he has been so far this evening, but I think that we want him to be kept in touch with what's going on in the stewards' room.
Yeah.
I like Antonelli also.
Because he's now miles behind and there's a
really
clear between them. So I can't see how you can penalise somebody for forcing somebody else off the track and then penalise that person for going off the track.
Yeah.
But
Out of
I
all
guess
the
you could
rookies,
say,
he's like my favorite
the throttle
rookie.
works both ways. You should have slowed down when you were being forced
Him
off
and
the track
Isaac,
a
actually.
couple of 100 miles an
Isaac,
hour.
Yeah, we get that he forced you off the track. You didn't have to overtake him. And like I say, sometimes two wrongs don't make a right. This time they might do. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what the stewards do. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, I suppose
So
it's happening.
Lawson's he served his 5-second penalty now, has Liam Lawson, for driving erratically.
I suppose if you go back to Austin last year with the incident with Max Verstappen, where Lando claimed he was forced off the track by Max, and he was, he still overtook him, and he got the penalty that night as well, didn't he?
And of course, Leclerc's just done the fastest
I don't know,
lap
man.
of the
This
Grand Prix.
strategy, Oscar,
so right now,
I don't
Leclerc is coming back at Norris, whose tyres must be full of rubbish. Coming back at him. He's got the faster package at the moment. If Leclerc passes him, the only tool, if Norris is running fourth and Piastri can't win
I
the World
need that kind
Championship,
of faith.
the
Actually,
only tool they've got left in their toolbox then is for Piastri
They've
to give
disappointed
up
me
the
so much. I
victory
don't have faith in them.
and fall back to fourth place.
I need your faith in them.
Which is a scenario we've been discussing at length. Long into the night, all weekend.
Julia, that's so sweet.
Zach Brown, I'm sure, has been discussing, and Zach Brown and Andrea Stella making it clear to both drivers that they go into this race to serve themselves and the best interests of the team.
So they're going to have to pit Piastri soon anyway, because he's perilously close to being undercut by Norris and Leclerc. Yeah, his pace is mega, and well done indeed. So McLaren are going to have to get Piastri in. He's not going fast enough at the moment.
Everybody brought their A game today.
Down to you.
Yeah, I've just been.
Don't worry, Nandi, we're taking this on.
I've just been looking at Piastri's lap times. Martin, you're absolutely spot on. The mechanic's not going out into the
I
mechanic
love
pit
your
lane
face,
yet.
honestly.
It's a little bit early. They'd like to get it into the 30s. Bear in mind that Oscar will go onto the medium, so will be quicker. But this hard tyre is good. Remember, people were quite keen to get off the medium because it was graining earlier. So they're stuck between a rock and a hard place here. Leave it a lap or two, and then Leclerc will be past Piastri when he pits. Quick decision to be made now down at McLaren.
Right, Fernando Alonso here on Kimi Antonelli. See the marbles that he's picking up by going offline to get that overtake done. That's him moving up into 9th place.
Yeah, it's horrible. There's another car that was nearly off the racetrack in an overtake, but luckily at high speed they can tend to flick off a little bit, and if your tyres are nice and hot, they don't join buses. Look
the Ferrari car looks nice.
How determined Charles Leclerc is to spoil what he's done. And why
Hey, but
shouldn't
it's
he?
slow.
Absolutely. Is there a podium on
It looks
for
so
Charles
nice, but
Leclerc,
it's
this
slow.
evening so
Oh.
far in 2025? He's picked up 7 podiums.
Probably one of the
to make
best
the
looking
company
cars
way.
on
Lewis
track right
Hamilton
now.
with 2 warnings for track limits. You're allowed 3. The 4th one
Also, the
get
Aston Martin car looks very nice.
Russell is right now on the tail of
I want
Yuki
Lando to
Tsunoda, no way
lose.
past at
Piastri
turn 9.
is
Bernie, down to
fighting.
you.
Yeah, just a quick on property. So we are seeing Piastri has now been undercut by Lando Norris. So are they on 2 different strategies? Are Lando Norris and Charles Leclerc on a 2-stop strategy from that early stop?
People actually watch Formula
Piastri
1.
has
And we
lined
love
up
Formula 1 over
29
here.
laps on this hard
We
tyre.
love
Norris
Formula
is
1 over
expected to
here.
go well over that if he continues
Oh,
on
hey,
just this
Mackenzie, that's so
stop,
cute.
doesn't stop again. So that's one to watch
Joey,
because
deliver
they
me some
have now
cake, please.
allowed Norris to undercut Piastri. So is he playing still a longer game than the Leclerc?
This
and
Ferrari
Norris
has the best looking livery. Yeah, honestly.
And Bernie, you know the secrets to the cabinet of strategies, the filing cabinet of strategies at Ferrari. Charles Leclerc has been told Plan C. What can Plan C be this evening?
Well, I think that might be it. I think that they believe they've got another medium to put on. They could put another medium on and attempt the undercut on Norris.
Charles will do
Norris has
something. I
another
trust him.
hard
Charles,
to go to, so a different
his
entire
pace
strategies
is apparently
if they
really
were to
good
stop
right now.
in for
So
both of those. But is Leclerc close
yeah,
enough?
everybody just
Good
bought their
enough
A game
pace
today.
to
Everyone's
attempt
driving
the
really well.
undercut on Lando Norris and force
Well,
him to
besides
do
Liam
the
Lawson.
Don't go anywhere. This
And
race
Yuki
and this
Tsunoda.
championship is not decided yet. Yuki Tsunoda ahead of George Russell. Not for much longer. George Russell is ahead of Yuki Tsunoda, who has got a 5-second time penalty for more than one change of direction. You
Does
called it, Martin.
Lando
He was
have a
weaving down the
penalty?
straight.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed. You're allowed one move.
Wait, does Lando have a penalty?
Towards the breakers, then you've got to give them a car's width. I always think that should be a car in 10 centimetres width.
Yo, guys, you
Give them a little
blink
bit of
once in
breathing
Formula
space.
1, you miss so
But
much things.
What are they going to say about Lando Norris?
I'll tell you what they're going to say.
Oh, is he under
Nothing
investigation
to
for
say.
what though?
Leaving the track and gaining an advantage, no further action taken.
Oh.
So the inference there is that Lando had to go out there and had too much momentum to back off a little bit. Wasn't his fault that he overtook all 4 wheels off the track.
Oh, they were investigating what happened between him and Yuki.
You can't tolerate driving like that and then penalise the guy that's, been nearly run into at 200 miles an hour.
Yeah. I don't think there will be many arguing against that, but I'm sure we'll find out on social media after the race. Lap 30 of 58, Piastri now 14 seconds clear of Max Verstappen, and Zach Brown is on the pit wall, the CEO of McLaren. I would imagine there was a bit of conversation between the pit wall and race control. Give us your version of how it went and what you thought of the decision.
I think it was clearly the right decision, and that was a dangerous and unnecessary maneuver.
What did you think of the radio calls from Red Bull, Zach, giving him details of the gaps behind Lando and you know what you've got to do? How do you feel about that?
Oh, well, this is a team sport, so I'm not surprised that your second car is going to help out, but I think there's got to be a limit. But they're not driving the car, so you got to put that one on Yuki, for my opinion, going over the line. It was a dangerous maneuver, but yeah, we're all good now.
And to the end of this race then, Lando Norris is maybe going to be under pressure from Charles Leclerc. Can you go to the end of the race on a 1-stop, or are you looking at a 2-stop race here?
I think all options are on the table at the moment.
Diplomatic, Zach, I love it. Thanks ever so much. Black and white flag shown to Kimi Antonelli and to Lewis
On
Hamilton
DSTV,
for exceeding
watching on
track
DSTV.
limits. One more, and there's a 5-second penalty coming their way, and Pierre Gasly's way, and Nico Hulkenberg's way. So lots of track limits. It is very windy out there.
I've been noticing.
And the trouble is, if you have a
everybody's crossing track
scuffle and a
limits, like-
squabble and you end up going off, to avoid an accident, that's still a track limits infringement. So then you start getting 5-second penalties. But Norris will be that pesky Ferrari in his mirrors that will not let him relax this evening. But so Piastri, if he wants
guys, I think Lando's going to win.
We assume. I'm sure they change those around so they don't give too much away. But Piastri's now been undercut by Verstappen, Norris, and Leclerc.
And we'll have fresher tyres though, medium tyres as well to the end of this race. Ocon gets past Hulkenberg.
I feel really blessed today, Lisa. How are you?
Verstappen sets a new fastest lap of the race.
Shock. I think Lando's going to win.
We have been given a 5-second penalty for moving twice on a defence of Norris.
Penalty? What penalty, bro?
We've got a penalty for moving twice in defence to Norris. Head down.
Was that twice or was that actually 4 times?
Why is he acting surprised?
Impression of a slalom skier.
Why is he acting surprised?
I'm amazed. I'm amazed he thought that was
Yuki.
okay, to be honest. Well, there you go, in the heat of the moment.
You look happy. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not happy that Lando's going to win.
The strategy to go soft and then hard.
I'm smiling behind the pain. I'm really not.
The greening's severe enough that Lewis had to pit again, and that might then signal.
I don't want him to win, but it looks like he's going to win. So
what's
what
interesting
can we
here
do?
is Norris is
what can we do?
just 5 seconds behind Verstappen. Leclerc 7.9. So those three, when Piastri pits, those three will be quite close together, and Piastri will have to start coming back at them with his extra grip and speed. That's going to be fascinating. There's going to be some overtaking going on in the final part of the Grand Prix. But all Charles Leclerc's got to do now, with George Russell 12.1 behind Leclerc, all Norris has got to do is stay ahead of that Ferrari. That's now job number one. The only job Norris has really got this evening.
He's gonna win. He needs to be P4 or
really
below.
Good on these hard compound tyres. I know he's only been running for 9 laps, 7 laps more than Lando Norris, but he's lapping about half a second a lap quicker. He's really flying on these hard tyres.
But when he's driving really good today. He's driving like he knows.
Slower.
The World Championship is at stake here.
Behrman chasing Nico Hulkenberg, and we're watching nothing happening at the Red Bull
Yo,
pit
watch
stop,
how that sound is going to train. That one is Charles Leclerc.
And then they can get going again with the tyre change. Do you know what?
Yeah, watch how that's
really
going to
good
train
tyre change, given that he was stationary for 5 seconds.
And they had to get him away because Antonelli was on his way in as well.
And Franco Colapinto becomes, I think, the 5th driver to be shown a black and white flag for exceeding the track limits. This is
Lando is our champion.
On Kimi Antonelli, who is one of those that's been shown the black and white flag. Antonelli forces Ocon to go round the outside, and Ocon says, all right, don't mind if I do, thank you very much indeed. He's currently running in the last points place in 10th behind Gabriel.
Hard for me as well.
Only Lance Stroll in this race hasn't pitted yet. Lance Stroll currently running in 6th.
It's really hard for me as well to admit that Lando's going to win this.
From heaven, I think, for Lance Stroll there, who hasn't scored a point, I don't think, since the summer break.
And Max just got fastest lap. Oh, Max, nobody wants this more than Max.
I'm absolutely certain he will win at least one
Max
World
Verstappen
Championship.
is always fighting.
He's got an age on his side. He's so fast. He's so good. Got a clear, got a calm head as well. So this he's driving beautifully. But at the moment, the points are against him. Ted, what can you tell us?
Interesting radio message to Max Verstappen.
Oh, no.
Just picking up what he's saying on the safety car. Is that because he's been driving so quickly, if there's a safety car now, he'll still beat Piastri out of the pits, and that is crucial. So yeah, up until that point, Piastri, had there been a safety car, had an 11-second gap on Max Verstappen.
I hope they
so would have beaten him. Another Williams.
That was a mistake.
Basically, we need our fastest to the end match. We don't want to give away too much race time to Piastri, who will undoubtedly be relatively quick on his medium.
Well, that's the big question, isn't it? How quick will he be? But yeah, I can just see down the pit lane, a little bit of movement now at McLaren. So I don't think it's going to be long before we have a Piastri start.
Keep talking about safety cars. We haven't had one here tonight. Didn't have a yellow flag yet either. A bit like Suzuka earlier in the season, where Max Verstappen won from pole position.
Oh, let me show you guys the screen.
No DNFs, no yellow flags, no safety cars. All 20 drivers still running in the Final race with 20 cars in it for some time. Cadillac join the grid next year. We'll have 22 on the grid.
Cadillac is joining next year. That's so cool.
Lap 16, Norris put those tyres on. Can they get them to the end of the Grand Prix? Well, they have to stop again towards the end. That would, be, of course, bring Piastri right back into the lead of the Grand Prix. But Norris has been told, do less tyre saving in turn 3. Halve your tyre saving in turn 3. In other words, go faster.
Does that indicate that he will be coming in again, I wonder, and certainly with his teammate having to pit?
And Lando doing a great job compared to Leclerc. He might pit soon and go on a 2, in which case we cover him the next lap.
Yeah, so Piastri has to come in. Leclerc might have to, because he has dropped back a little bit in recent laps.
Yeah, because Norris is 4.4 seconds ahead of Leclerc. Now, if you gain a couple of seconds,
apparently the McLaren
fresh
garage is
tyres
getting
and a
ready.
great out you need that 2.4. He would have then fat, if you like, a little bit of time to spare just in case it's a slightly clunky stop or whatever. You don't want to come out of the pits and be immediately under pressure by a driver whose tyres are fully warmed up. So what that is basically saying is we're protecting third place, Lando.
Yeah, at the moment,
who's first right now on the grid is Oscar Piastri.
Charles Leclerc, well ahead of George Russell, who's currently running in 5th. And there was no movement whatsoever from the McLaren garage as Oscar Piastri sets off on another lap on these same set of tyres.
So it looks like Piastri's staying out.
Still got 2 tools out there to use. One is third place for Norris, and the other is Oscar Piastri if he can't win the World Championship. And we'll see what happens in the. Well, we've still got, what have we got? 23 laps to go, including this one.
Piastri just 7 seconds
it's so
ahead
complicated.
Now. Max Verstappen.
It's so complicated.
Rather than medium start can work well here, and we'll still need to see how this plays
how
out.
do I explain Formula 1 to someone?
Much faster tyres. You would imagine that others around him. That's why Red Bull are saying to Max, you start closing down a little bit. Penalty served for Yuki Tsunoda.
We need another Abu Dhabi 21. 2021 was so traumatic.
Hamilton having pitted twice in this race, back on the mediums,
it was
on the mediums for the first time, I should say, getting that moved up.
Yeah, I think now we've all healed from the trauma.
Albon's been noted for speeding in the pit lane, which is rather like a camera on the road. A bit of a slam dunk, isn't it? So, yeah, not good news for Alex Albon. In fact, Williams have been very anonymous, haven't they, in this race, one way and another?
Given the season they have had, absolutely. It's been a brilliant season for Williams.
How's this tyre now? It's starting to get a bit worse now. Okay.
I'm not surprised as Hamilton gets past Pierre Gasly and now up into 14th.
Unbelievably calm inside. It's like he's just got out of bed, isn't it? And, you know, do you want a cup of tea? Yeah, so it means his heart rate's where it needs to be, means his mind's where it needs to be. He's going to have some exciting final few laps, but he will now obviously see that little yellow spout of the Red Bull in his mirrors, and he's got to do a pit stop.
So brilliant season. 5th is theirs in the Constructors' Championship. Alex Albon struggled a bit in the last 7 Grand Prix. He scored in the Austin Sprint, but hasn't scored in any of the last 7 and probably 8 Grand Prix after tonight. His teammate Carlos Sainz has come back at him in recent races. That 3rd place in Qatar was absolutely sensational for him. He goes into this race 9 points behind Alex Albon, but he's not scoring at the moment.
But I can't show you off for too long, otherwise I'll get banned.
Lando Norris. He's 5.4 ahead of Charles Leclerc, so they can react. He'll only pit if Leclerc pits. And he's also now clear of Russell with a pit stop, so he wouldn't even have to repass George Russell. So finally then, just a little bit of breathing space for Lando Norris, and clearly thinking soon about so Piastri's now only
they're chilling. Piastri's staying out. They're chilling at that garage right now.
A lot of weaving when he catches him.
Anthony Davidson at Sky Race Control, you've been having a look at that Alex
Max's
Albon
fastest lap again.
Yeah, he just came in just a little bit too hot, Crofty. Came around the final corner, ducked into the pit lane, got a bit crossed up on the exit of the final corner as he dived into the pits and then locked up big time.
I think he might finish the race, on
that's
soft.
where I think he's going to get.
Because people are complaining about the mediums.
In the pit lane is because of that lockup.
We'll see. Thank you very much, Ant. Esteban Ocon chasing down Gabriel Bortoleto at the moment. It's the point. This is under investigation now by the
Hamilton
stewards.
just went on mediums.
Midfield teams very, very important indeed going into this race. There's millions of dollars up for grabs.
So Verstappen's hard compound tyres are 6 laps younger
Ciao,
than
Francesco.
those of both Norris and Leclerc. So we're seeing Piastri now, bearing in mind that he started with, obviously,
Where
with
did you
full
get your
tanks of fuel.
t-shirt? I got it from
Piastri,
the
having
Grand Prix
got to
store in
lap
Mzansi City.
38 with a set of tyres, so that means
Why is Max getting closer
that's
to
the sort of
pole
range that
position?
Norris has got to do.
Max is not
42 laps on his set of tyres.
I don't know why we
if he's going to
still
get to the
sleep
end.
on
It's a
Max.
long way for them to go. As I say, if he
Why
can tickle
isn't it
those to the
flying,
end,
man?
he'll only have to pit should Leclerc pit.
That last lap, Lando Norris only a tenth and a half slower than Max Verstappen as well, which is a pretty decent lap for him. And looking at where the cars are on the track, there's no back markers getting in the way. The gap now down to about 3 and a bit seconds between Piastri and Verstappen. There's no movement whatsoever, apart from the odd half a revolution of tyre at the top of the blankets in that McLaren garage. Carries on like this, they probably put the soft tyres on, but I dare say they won't want to be doing that on Piastri. But they're giving him a job to do, aren't they? In terms of his chances of winning the World Championship. He is very much relying on some misfortune from here on in for both Max Verstappen and Lando Norris.
Yeah, what Tsunoda should have done to slow Norris down, where he could have backed him right up in all underneath the
Forza Ferrari.
through the last few corners and all the way down to turn 5. He could have cost Lando 2 or 3 seconds like that, because he was always going to get past down the next straight.
Here's Lewis Hamilton with his next adventure against Isaac Hajar, who's running down in 14th. He really got caught out by a few cars
we need
undercutting
drama, Nandi.
around
You know,
him. And that is Esteban Ocon.
it doesn't feel like a successful race unless there's been some drama.
And very neat from both drivers. Plenty of space there.
We haven't actually seen any contact whatsoever.
Okay, I don't know anymore.
We've had no contact, no yellow flags,
Any more words?
no DNFs. And
Ciao.
Max Verstappen very much
Forza
in
Ferrari.
contention now on Oscar Piastri. Under 2 seconds, and Leclerc comes in.
What you said?
Bernie Collins was right. She's always right, Crofty. It is a 2-stop for Charles Leclerc.
I need
But
to
this
learn.
puts McLaren
I need to
in
learn.
a really tricky situation.
I like
They were
learning new
about to
languages
pit
actually.
Oscar Piastri.
Last year,
Surely
2
that
years ago,
decision has to
I
be
learned
shelved
Korea.
now. They need to react right now.
I learned
with
Korea
Lando
last year.
Norris, and the stop has
This
to be
year I
perfect.
haven't really
This is really tricky. They've got to
dedicated
rejiggle
myself to
everything
learning a
here at
language.
McLaren now.
Well, you're right, Ted, but I think they've got
But you
enough
know
room
what?
on the track, Martin,
I should
to
learn
double stack
Hebrew.
should they wish to.
Yes, they have.
Yeah,
Although
next year.
McLaren
Next
have
year I
had a
should
habit,
learn Hebrew.
that second stop being a little bit lumpy.
Girl, after
if they're
the
under
race,
pressure
can I get
earlier
your
on in
insight
the
on
season.
something? I feel like I'm
But
crazy.
also,
I got you, girl.
Norris with a
I got
6.7
you.
second advantage over Leclerc.
Very
Could
nice,
actually do
thank
2
you.
more laps. He had to, but you wouldn't really want to risk it that much.
Lando has been told to box. Now, Oscar Piastri might wanted to have come in, actually, and pitted first. He's got Max Verstappen now right on his tail.
I want to
Lando's
learn,
gonna
I want to
come in
read
first
the
to cover off that
original
potential
text from the
undercut
Bible.
From Charles Leclerc. So Piastri
That's why
continues
I
on his
go
way with Verstappen a few car lengths behind him now and making his way on the insides and past our commentary box
People are
to
Greek.
make his pit stop now is Lando Norris. This is his final pit stop, or should be, of this
Beautiful. Thank you,
2025
happiness.
season, which, as it stands, will see him become world champion. The hard tyres going back on
Because I actually
again,
learn
another neat
languages.
stop, with no problems whatsoever. And
like,
there is Lando Norris
my brain
making his
picks
way
up
at
on
80
things very
kilometres an
quickly when
hour
it comes to
down the
learning
pit straight. We're looking at that
language.
I can't even see
I
George
also
Russell
do well at
and
piano.
Charles Leclerc coming round that final corner. Norris will get out ahead of them. Here comes Max Verstappen on Oscar Piastri and makes the pass at turn 6.
Piastri
So
needs to
Piastri
pit now.
loses the lead of this race. He hasn't stopped yet.
Yeah, he
He's got
needs
a
to
job
pit
on his
now.
hands. And Lando Norris, they've covered off the Charles Leclerc undercut and he's
Yeah.
on his way to a championship at the moment.
Yeah, and no shenanigans there from Oscar Piastri. A 2.4, lovely,
Yeah, the way
lovely
he just
stop
lost position
from
like that.
McLaren. Ted's down there.
Yeah, and they lost that 0.3 of a second on the right rear. It was a little bit slow going
Max
on.
Verstappen is leading right now.
Successfully, Martin. And
On the
they've
grid or
rejiggled
championship?
again, and Oscar Piastri is coming out. I can see the
Because there's
Pirelli
two
tyres
things we're
with the
looking at
yellow
now.
sidewalls. So this is Piastri, and he's going to have to get his overtaking
Max Verstappen
hat
is
on with the
showing
little
yo.
bits.
Wait, so Piastri and Max
No,
need
just says box. Yeah, so he's
one
going to
for
have to overtake
championship, and
if he
Lando
wants
needs to
anything
be
to say in the
third.
second half. So
Lando
here he
needs
comes
to
in,
be
and, that'll
fourth
be
or
after
lower
a
for
2.1
any
second
one of them to
stop
win, I
again.
think.
And hits his mark perfectly, and he's away. And there are some claps
Oscar
from the
just
McLaren
hit it.
crew. Job done from them for the season. Great job.
There was a nice and fast
And
pitch.
Piastri will be
That was a
very,
nice pitch.
very pleased to get rid of those tyres. He was
He's gonna come
struggling
out.
to get through underneath the hotel there on the way into the pit. What can he do now? Who can he catch? Who can he get past? Who does he need to catch, indeed?
Well, he'll come out. There we go. Ahead
comes out ahead of
Lando
Norris.
Norris. There's Piastri back out into this race where he left the race after he was overtaken by
good
Max
strategy.
Verstappen
Now he can chase
in
down
second
Max.
place. So
This is on fresh
Verstappen
tyres.
first, Piastri second, Norris third. There's the championship battle. As it stands, Lando Norris will be the 35th different
Lando
world
needs to be
champion
P4 or
in the
lower.
75 years of the Formula One
either
World
for
Championship, and he's got another
Max to
16
even have a
laps
chance
to
or
contend
Piastri.
with.
He needs to be
On board now with
P4 or
Hamilton,
lower. Right
chasing
now he's at
Hulkenberg
P3.
down the back
Right now he
straight.
is our
This
champion.
is Leclerc.
Our
This is
champion.
Leclerc on George Russell. This is for position.
Sure.
Leclerc's been absolutely flying
Come
since
on,
he changed
Norris.
those
Want
tyres.
Oscar to win, but
Just looking at the timing on the left-hand
I
side
wanted
there,
Oscar
because
to
Hamilton
win
is
as
also
well,
gaining
but yeah.
on Hulkenberg too. So
he's on mediums.
Verstappen,
Piastri
Norris,
changed
Leclerc,
to
Russell now
a set
in
of
top
mediums.
five.
I don't want to be giving up too much time. We want to see whether we can chase down Verstappen here.
Why not? Because there might be a win on the cards. You
So
never
on the
know.
grid,
Very Collins, down to you.
Verstappen is leading right now.
Yeah, so that was very, very close to Piastri there because he lost position to Verstappen during what was his in-lap because he delayed due to let Lando Norris stop first. That was very close to actually being undercut by Lando Norris, and because of that time loss now, Verstappen actually has a free pit stop, a full free pit loss. So if there's any risk that those 19-lap hard tyres
I'm not ignoring you, Tommy.
they have an option to stop him, and he's very safe under safety car. So let's just keep an eye on Verstappen over the next few laps. What will they do? Will they cover?
Right, and here's the jeopardy for Lando Norris. If Max Verstappen wins this race,
damn.
Lando Norris needs that third place. Charles Leclerc is faster than Lando Norris, who is on the hard tyre. Leclerc is on the medium tyre. If Leclerc can get Lando Norris and Norris is down in fourth, Max Verstappen wins the title. And then there might need to be a call from the pit wall. This is Lewis Hamilton.
Who's chasing
behind
Lando?
Nico Hulkenberg. Here's an overtake coming.
First of all, let's stop there.
Lewis Hamilton gets a much better getaway and doesn't even need the slipstream to get past.
Yeah, and you're right. So having got that comfort blanket, comfort zone a little bit, Lando Norris, now the
Wait,
rate
guys, who's
that
chasing
Leclerc's
Lando right
catching
now?
him, he is going to be a problem.
Leclerc,
again, looming into the mirrors. And George Russell quite slow.
No,
up there at
Leclerc is
the
chasing
moment,
Lando.
with his
Oh,
one-stop
guys, in a
scenario,
Ferrari.
and so he's out of contention. So the biggest problem they've got is Leclerc
In a Ferrari.
in terms of their World Championship, but they still
I
have
don't
another
see
tool
it.
in
I
their
don't-
toolbox of Oscar Piastri if he can't win the World Championship.
Over to you, Anthony.
The last message to Max Verstappen.
You know what? I have
He's gonna
higher
need to be
hopes for
1.5
George Russell
seconds
to
quicker than you
catch
every lap. I'll keep you
Lando
posted.
than I
He
do
hasn't
for
said
Leclerc.
anything since that, so they're planning on leaving Max
He has
Verstappen out
pace.
there.
He
The
has
big
good
question
pace.
is,
He has
can
good pace.
those new
Yes,
tyres for
100%.
Piastri give him that 1.5 seconds per lap?
Have faith, Nandi. You're wearing the shirt.
Question, or maybe Bernie Collins
You're
might need to be the one to answer this. If you're Max Verstappen and you've got a free pit stop to Oscar Piastri,
You guys, let's not be foolish
come
here.
in
We've seen
and then
all
start to
season
back
they've
up
been
the pack
proving to us
and close
that
it all together to try and negate that tool in the armory that
But you're
McLaren
right,
might
if we
use
have some
by
faith.
asking their drivers to swap around.
That's the only. Yeah,
Okay, why did you
that-
take the
right
pill?
now, that's the only tool
Jeez.
that Red Bull have got left, isn't it? Now, because
no, we need for
without
Leclerc to
doubt,
pass Lando.
McLaren would put Piastri behind Norris. They made that clear earlier on in the week. I don't think Oscar would fight that because
Love
what
the
goes
shirt.
around
Where is it from? It's
comes
from the
around,
Grand Prix
and he'll
store.
know that he might get that advantage down the road. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Leclerc is the problem at the moment for them. So if Norris has got some more pace, he really needs to be finding it. He's losing thick end of a second a lap.
What's the picture in front? How do I win this race? Verstappen is on your pit stop window. He's doing 27.9.
And this is where McLaren need Oscar Piastri's pace as well, because they need to make sure Verstappen hasn't got a free pit stop to Oscar Piastri.
Yeah. So Norris has just done his fastest lap of the race, 26.8. Found some pace, 26.7. Piastri on his fresh
I think we're all just kind of just
7-8 Verstappen may have just passed Pierre.
You can't
Gasly
hear us, but we're all
hence
just
the
begging
lower
Charles right now.
time.
Like,
Yes.
Charles, please,
Interesting. So Piastri
please.
a second.
You need to catch Lando.
Max Verstappen's crash helmet. That message. I would imagine thinking, well, good luck with that. Being a second and a half lap faster than me, but Piastri is straight into the 126s.
Yeah, so as soon as that gap gets down to about 21 seconds between Verstappen and Piastri, Verstappen's locked in to his strategy. And I'm not seeing any movement in the pit lane and the Red Bull mechanics coming out. Verstappen is just making his way round the final corner now. The gap is coming down. At the end of the next lap, it might be crunch time to see if Verstappen does come in, and then that 22 seconds gap disappears between Verstappen and Piastri. Then he's very much controlling the race.
Verstappen's not going to
we'll be hoping to do is keep Piastri
I don't think
behind
he's
him,
gonna
slow
pit
the
again.
pace down, allow Norris to catch up, Leclerc to catch up, Russell to catch up too. It's a tall order, but if you're trying to win a world championship, it's what he's got to do now, because it's the last throw of the dice time.
Yeah, George is 2 seconds a lap off the pace at the moment, so I think they'd pass him, to be honest, if he tried to go that slow. And there's always a risk in a pit stop, you know, if you get a stuck wheel nut or something like that. So you've got to think how hard that Ferrari's hitting the road. He was running a little bit wide through there, it must be said. But yeah, Ferrari extremely low.
So if Verstappen pits now, that will be the gap between Max Verstappen and Oscar Piastri. He's got fresher tyres. He can keep Piastri out of DRS range, but can he hold up Piastri's pace?
If they were going to do
I'm going to
that,
put
they would
Lando as
already
my
have done
cover
it
pick
because
for the
they know
whole
they're
year.
at risk with Piastri on a pit stop.
It's just an intriguing, you know what this place is like. It's such a straightforward race, but somehow it doesn't always end up.
Guys, let's be so for real though. Like, who can catch Lando right now? We need somebody to catch Lando and actually overtake him.
He won't care. He's a lap down, and he's only got his teammate Franco Colapinto.
And the person who's right behind him is Charles Leclerc.
In the Constructors' Championship, and Renault are going to bow out as an engine supplier with the last place, which is a real shame for Renault at 771.
But can he actually?
78 wins. They've been brilliant over the years. They're going out with a whimper, which I suppose for an engine manufacturer is probably better than going out with a bang.
You could say that. In fact, you did say that. Lewis Hamilton's got a great chance here of 7th place from 16th start. It's a long.
8 seconds, right?
Sorry, 6th with Fernando Alonso. He'll be right up with Fernando Alonso. Actually, pretty
like
soon.
7 seconds
so,
behind Lando.
Lewis Hamilton then looking at P6 at the moment.
Yeah, on his two-stop strategy. Norris and Leclerc also running a two-stop strategy in this race. They could be battling it out for that 3rd place. And if Lando Norris is down in 4th and Max Verstappen wins, that is enough to give Max Verstappen the world title. Expect a bit of a swap, maybe on the last lap if that's the case.
Is Charles catching him or not? Fairly equal pace, Max, between them. Last lap was a couple of tenths quicker, but nothing drastic.
Not everyone right now hoping that Charles. Our faith is in Charles Leclerc right now. Like, does he know?
No, he hasn't.
Does he know?
To do that pretty much straight away.
The power he holds in his hands right now.
It's dawning on Max now as he's busy driving a Formula 1 car at incredible speed and thinking about the rest of the race. It's dawning on him now that Leclerc is his only chance of taking that critical 3rd place from Norris but they've still got Piastri there as well.
Last lap, lap 47, Lando Norris was just a little bit quicker than Charles Leclerc. So that gap, 4 seconds
and the
between
points is only
the two of
two
them. Max
points,
Verstappen's hopes, they might fade a little bit on that one because
I'm sure it's gonna
it seems that Norris
him.
has got the pace. The hard tyre will perform better for longer.
Yo, I won't be live at
medium
6,
tyre,
Tom.
which will be
I won't be
faster,
here at
but
6,
for
hey?
shorter.
Yeah, and as we saw in the first stint, didn't we, that eventually the Ferrari just started to drop off the pace of Lando Norris's McLaren. And for the first time then, car number 1, Max Verstappen, a track limits warning.
Shows
you have to
you how
say,
he's pushing.
it does, you have to say, the championship contenders
It's not
have
looking
driven
good.
immaculately, haven't they? No
It's not
surprise
looking
in
good
that,
for
but
Max
they
and
really have.
Piastri. It's not.
1,457 days Max Verstappen has been world
He
champion.
fought.
Is that grip
He
gonna be
fought,
fully
you know what,
loosened
he fought
here this
really
evening?
well.
It is looking that way. Kimi Antonelli on Isaac Hadjar, Verstappen's teammate at Red Bull for next season. That puts
fought
Kimi
really well.
Antonelli up into 13th place. Nico
McLaren just has the
Rosberg
upper
is
hand.
on duty this evening and has popped
But he
into
fought really
the
well.
commentary box for all the fun and games we kind of expected this evening. McLaren seem at the moment to have this well covered off.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was quite an exciting race all the way through, but Lando has done a
First, I have to
fantastic
go.
job. He's
Don't
done
forget to
exactly
check your
everything
DM.
that he needed
Okay, I
to do.
will.
Really brilliant drive so
It's
far.
not looking good. It's
And
not.
Charles Leclerc doesn't seem to have that pace and the longevity of that pace. So, Nico, he's breathing way more easily, Lando Norris, than you were in 2016 at
Hey.
this stage. What is going through Lando Norris's mind?
Yeah, but he had the stress at the beginning of the race.
Yeah.
That was extremely stressful and very uncomfortable. And now, yes, he's in a much better place and he's looking very, very good.
Yeah, when he came out of the pits and saw so much traffic in front of him, it would have been a horror story for him. And he sliced through those like a hot knife through butter. But it's about now, Nico, isn't it? When you start hearing funny noises and you think the car, you pick up a little vibration, you think, oh, is the car okay? You start, I don't know, your senses seem to come into your own car.
Yeah, absolutely.
Max
because
needs
not
to
too
take
long
it
ago
home,
that his
yeah.
car broke down in
Yeah,
Zandvoort, you know. So now he's really like,
Guys, I
praying,
said earlier,
please
let's just
hold on
accept
for
now.
these 8 more laps.
So that when
What did you make of
Lando
Yuki
wins,
Tsunoda?
we're not
He got a
surprised because he's
5-second
gonna
penalty.
win
Could you
today.
see
Let's just
it coming where
accept
he made
now,
it really
accept
tough?
it in our hearts,
First of all, that
so that
was
we
a
can be
nightmare
happy
moment
with
for
him and
Lando.
celebrate with
That was
him
like the worst
when he
moment.
takes the trophy.
But yeah, Tsunoda tried to
'Cause
make
he
it
is
tough
winning.
and just went over the edge there and was a bit too extreme.
Max
so
is
the
gonna
penalty was fair.
overtake. Watch, Max
We
is
see
P1 right
Stroll
now.
getting past
He's
Isaac
P1
Hadjar.
right
Stroll
now.
has now pitted, which is why he's down in
Championship-wise,
in 14th.
we need Charles
Charles
Leclerc to
then trying
overtake
get back
Lando.
at Lando Norris, it's not happening. Oscar Piastri has driven as good a race as he can tonight on a counter strategy, and it might just fall a little bit short.
Well, quite a lot short. Huh? I was expecting him to be a little bit quicker now towards the end when comparing to Max Verstappen, but I think Max is also just driving so
Lando is
brilliantly
doing
again.
it for Hamilton
He's really
fans.
rapid again today.
Thank you very much, Nico. You can go back next to it.
That was it?
That was it. We just wanted to get your thoughts as our 2016 world champion.
Oh no, he's not
with
doing
us
it
this
for
evening,
me.
and it's always a pleasure
And I'm a
to have
Hamilton
you
fan.
in the commentary. And with Simon, of course. You got to keep him company and do some more talking after this race.
But I
Nico
get what you're
Rosberg,
saying, actually.
with us this evening. Thank you, sir. Lap
No,
50
wait
then,
a bit.
Martin.
Charles is cooking
Of
something.
58.
Wait for him.
And whilst Max Verstappen is preparing for win number 71 in
Okay.
his career, and
Let's see what
in 2 weeks for Max Verstappen, make that 3 in 3 weeks for Max Verstappen. And Oscar Piastri is thinking, right, there's a lot I can learn from this season that I can take into next. Lando Norris will start to be contemplating the life-changing moments.
It's when you know, sometimes the drivers moan about sprints or whatever, but every single World Championship point counts. And all 3 of them have been on a roller coaster, haven't they? They've had some outstanding, brilliant performances, and then they've had some scrappy ones or gone on the missing list a little bit. Red Bull, was it Hungary, a minute behind?
Yeah.
Or something. It was,
Let's see.
and
A
then
lot can happen in
suddenly
7
they
laps.
line it all back up
Let's see.
again, and the driver
Team
gets,
orders will
really gets
come
back
if
on
he
the
keep
programme.
overtakes McLaren and swap
And I said all
drivers.
3 of them have really kind of been to hell and back at certain points this year, and here we are
Because
every point in the season counts equally.
So Lando doing a fantastic job here, mate. Everything's looking good. There's 5 racing laps, including this one, we think. What are your thoughts on soft or staying out on this hard?
I mean, I think a softer would be better. It's just, safety car gets delayed or something. Because
He's banking on a
they're
safety car.
safety car situation, of course. They're not talking about a random stop because that would put him behind.
Why is he banking on a safety car?
It could even put him behind George Russell if the stop was a little bit too slow as well. Here's Nico Hülkenberg in his 250th Grand Prix start, the German driver to reach that figure. And that is Nico Hülkenberg getting past
in my
Alex
heart, I'm
Albon.
praying, please show, dig deep, find something in there.
Fernando Alonso, P6. But Lewis
I know
Hamilton
Max
is
is
trying
praying for
all he
Lando
can
to be overtaken.
end
We
his
all
first season
are.
victory on high by trying to overtake
To be
Esteban
fair.
Ocon. He's got fresher tyres and a medium compound against Ocon's hard. He's going to try. I think he might be able to do it before the end of the race. Quick one on George Russell.
You guys are making me love. We're also anti-Lando. It's crazy. Team Norris, no Eddie. Why?
Mercedes not getting their cars right under this ground effect rules set across
Lando
the,
must stay out. I think that's his
they've got
best
one more test
option.
with
If
this
he
car,
goes and
and they'll
he
be
puts
glad to see
softs
the
now.
back of these rules set,
I don't
but
know.
they just haven't managed to master it. Russell set
We're
for a
scared.
low
Yeah, we're scared.
Second warning for Max Verstappen for
Guys,
track
support
limits.
Lando.
Has just popped up on the screen here.
Can't have
He
Max
is
win the
pushing
championship.
limits.
So we'd
Fernando
rather have
Alonso's just got
Lando.
his personal best, his fastest lap of the race, and that's actually given him a little bit of a comfort zone of Ocon and Hamilton very close behind him.
Yeah, if Hamilton could get Ocon.
Everybody must just collectively work as a unit on the grid. I think Charles should let Russell pass so that Russell can go and get Lando.
Place in the ground effect
Russell is
era,
also
make that
very
92
tenacious.
Now, 2 wins and 1 pole only for Lewis Hamilton.
He can go get
in
Lando.
that ground effect era, we changed the regulations
And the
for
car is
next season,
somewhat
and
better
it looks like there's
than
a
the Ferrari.
changing of the number 1
Someone
too.
puts
There he
now.
is, car number 4, currently starting lap 54. Sorry,
Where's
lap
Lewis?
53 of this
P8.
race.
P8
Next
right now.
year, if it stays this way, Lando Norris could have car number 1 on that papaya McLaren.
Guys, we're on lap 53 of 58.
He's now in the 26th.
And Charles Leclerc still hasn't gotten
Fastest
Lando.
driver on the track last time around, very comfortably actually, and some 1.6 quicker than Verstappen out front. He's not coasting home. Is Lando Norris.
Well, that's always a bad move to coast home. You've got to keep going at the comfortable racing speed. We've seen drivers falter in the past when they've been asked just to slow it down and bring it home. And, 8
So that's all, John. Let's accept now that Lando is our champion. Just so it's easier for us, you know. The problem is Piastri will be instructed to drop down and give up his position to Lando. That's the thing, and they always like to make it seem like, oh no, we don't have a elite driver. But they clearly favor Lando. I think that's what's giving me the ick about Lando also. It's his team.
I think it's a fallow
And
year
how
next
they-
year with no Glastonbury Festival. They could have Londonbury, couldn't they? Down in Glastonbury and have a festival for their world champion. Maybe I've just hit on an idea there, you never know. Across the line he goes, and the trophy is there, almost within touching distance. There's round about 12 miles to go.
It's been tense, hasn't it? I'm not sure it's been exciting.
That's actually
but it's
so
been
funny.
Incredibly tense.
That's what I was
all the way
saying
through the
though.
jeopardy
Their car
that
is
there
just not
could
fast
have
enough to catch
been,
Lando.
and there has been from
It's just
time
not.
to time. But Norris then with some tremendous pace at the moment, still comfortably the fastest man out there. Looking at the back of his teammate, Bernie has more news down on the pit counter.
Lando going to win clear and the team orders
So I just want to
required.
come in a little bit on that safety car
4 laps to go. I think
Obviously, they
Norris
discussed
will be champion.
5 to go, and that was
Yeah,
a
I
few
think he
laps
will
ago.
too.
There was more laps than that available. It was just
Oscar should
5
have
to go
won.
on a safety car restart. That's
I
what they
would
were
have
talking about, and
loved
that's a big decision on the McLaren pit
if it was
wall.
Oscar
Do they give him
instead of Lando. I would have
P3
loved. I would be so
and
happy
end up
today.
behind Leclerc? He would be behind
But you know what?
Leclerc
Today's a
on the
good day
safety car.
regardless.
If Leclerc stayed out. So that's a big decision on the McLaren pit wall. Towards the end of the next few laps, they'll close that safety car window because it likely wouldn't restart. But obviously, we've got precedents here before. Needing to make the right decision under a safety car at this stage of the race, would they risk the P3 to have a fresh tyre for Leclerc? Big call from McLaren. McLaren. I think at this stage probably not, but that's why the discussion was happening.
Late safety car call, Abu
Leclerc must be
Dhabi
good.
for the World Championship. It must be said though, we haven't had a
Dando,
safety car or a
that
virtual
comment
safety car
is
here
exactly
for the last
how I feel
4
right
years.
now.
It's about to be 5.
I honestly think that Lewis should retire now. Him being a Ferrari is ruining his legacy.
Gabriel Bortoletto on the previous lap, almost went into the back of the
McLaren have let Piastri down big time.
And he's now up into 11th, and he's chasing a points finish maybe here tonight behind Gabriel Bortoletto. Pointless at the last 8 Grand Prix weekends. Can he finish the season off with a point? We'll see. There
We should just fix our hearts and accept
There is
it.
Lando Norris, third on the road, number 1 in the championship, on his way to the title. If you're just joining us,
3 more laps.
It's not been the most comfortable of nights for Lando Norris, but it is going to end in one big party in a few laps' time.
Is he struggling with braiding?
For Oscar, it's more the rears.
For Charles Leclerc, it is 2, which is why he's dropped back.
Yeah, that's Lando shaping up there, isn't it? Thinking,
But guys, let's not put our hopes on that Ferrari car, hey?
Norris.
But I think is we must learn. Next season we'll start the season with fresh new faith.
But his momentum was completely halted on the gearbox of Esteban Ocon, but both passes in the points.
Here comes Lance Stroll again on Gabriel Bortoletto as we see Lando Norris over the line, and later on, down that back straight, Lance Stroll does get Gabriel Bortoletto. He's overtaken, Hulkenberg is overtaking Yuki Tsunoda and up into 13th. And well, Lando's off on his way again. His teammate Oscar Piastri is ahead of him. A long way up the road is Max Verstappen. We're going to set a record.
It's just not where it needs to be right now. And it's fine. Next year,
it'll be 11 years.
I hope they use this year as
11 poles that have gone on to
as
win
a lesson,
that Grand Prix.
you know,
Oscar
and
Piastri
fix the areas that they need to
settle
fix.
in second place tonight, having led the championship for longer than any
But
other
next year we
driver
can
this
start the season off
the
with
championship
fresh new
has gone
faith.
away from him in the last
But
6
this
or so
season,
races. Bounced back,
guys,
of course,
let's learn.
in Qatar and had the win.
You've seen all season long. How many races are there in the season? All season long. But you know, man, the Ferrari car is just not where it needs to be.
I'm sure. And Lando Norris will carry the big smile away from Abu Dhabi as the world champion.
Let's celebrate with those who are celebrating, guys. Let's celebrate with
Martin Brundle waiting to
Oh, she
wave
looks
it
so pretty.
for our top 3 here.
Oh wait, isn't she?
And it's kind of, it's going to end up
She's so
with
pretty.
what we were saying going into this race. It's Lando Norris's to lose, and at the moment
One more
he's
lap.
not going to lose that, and it's all going to end okay for him.
With the new FIA rules for 2026, I think
exist,
Ferrari is going to change.
Let's see. Still quite a long way to go. There's a lot of pistons to go up
been a
and
trauma to all of
down,
us.
crankshafts to go round and round.
It was my first trip being a Ferrari fan.
Let's just
And
let's see them over the line.
It's been a trauma for all of us, I can confirm.
Influence the result of the race, I promise you, on that one. Behind Norris, Charles Leclerc in 4th and George Russell running 5th. Alonso with a very useful 6th place as it stands. Ocon ahead of Hamilton, keeping Hamilton at bay. Dropped back a little bit now. Behrman is currently 9th. Double points finish for the Haas team, and Lance Stroll making a double points finish for Aston Martin. We're on lap 57 of 58.
Is it set to rain today? But I just hope it doesn't rain now.
Anthony Davidson's at Sky Race Control.
So if you're wondering why Lando's dropping back so much from Oscar now, he's
Oh,
being
he
told,
is so
I think they
happy.
realised he was having a bit too much fun in catching
He
his
is
teammate.
so
We heard the
happy.
radio message saying, what's wrong with Oscar? It's his rear tyres going away on those
I see him
mediums.
happy, so okay, let's all be
they're trying to
happy.
calm him down. So
Yay,
look, don't
Lando!
push. There's nothing to prove. Just back out of it, and also you're locking the rears too much into turn 6.
Charles did
So just
try.
Basically, just
He's got a lot of
no need. We all know
fastest
how
laps.
fast you are. There's no need to be pushing like
So-
this right now. So that's why he's falling back.
1,457 days, Max Verstappen has been world champion. He starts his final lap.
what?
Martin
Like
Brundle.
the car-
This
his
will
car's
be
hot.
the last final lap, flying lap of his
Hey!
tenure with that number
You know what?
1
Congratulations
car
to
for the time being.
McLaren.
They've driven brilliantly this year and
Constructors
tonight, but it's not going to be quite
Championship, they
enough.
won. Now
Many
Travis,
races in the
they're
middle
on
of the
a
year
roll.
where they weren't competitive
And they
enough,
broke the Red
but
Bull streak.
hasn't ever put
So-
that right. As you say, this will be his 3rd victory in 3 weekends consecutively. He's done everything he could
Music
tonight.
notes, okay.
McLaren had him covered.
Okay.
Max the underdog, and we've
It's been our year, not gonna lie.
in his Formula One career.
It has been McLaren's year.
He's going to stand on the top step of the podium tonight, but
this season has been great.
He's going to slip out of his
This is not even over yet. I've accepted it.
James Hunt, Nicky Lauda, Alan Prost,
It's been a good year for McLaren. Well done to McLaren.
Hamilton, previous driver world champions for the McLaren team, and they're going to add
let me show you the final lap.
to that list here in Abu Dhabi this evening. Max Verstappen now makes his way around
bagithi
the
Max,
final
yazi
corners
yazi
here.
ngamzwela
And like you say,
bakithi,
Martin, he's done
yazi.
everything he can tonight to try and keep his grasp
Shaw
on that
tried,
world
guys. He
trophy.
really did
And
try,
it's going
though.
to slip away, but this is win number 3 in 3 Grand Prix for Max Verstappen. It's win number 5
Max
in Abu Dhabi. He
wins.
wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Max
Verstappen on
wins.
top in the race tonight. Oscar Piastri led the championship for longer than any other driver this season. He has to settle for second place, and that title challenge faltered. Papaya rules in 2025. Lando Norris is
the world champion.
in his racing career. He is Formula
Lando, we could be champion, I said.
Congratulations to Lando Norris. It's just 2 World Championship points that he wins by, but it doesn't matter. It's enough. And
well done, Lando.
that was a very tense 15 laps, wasn't it? But they got it done. This is mum.
Well,
I said emotional baggage. I mean, totally understood.
You remember in Qatar?
What a season!
When
Wow,
Kimi
what a
Antonelli
season!
struggled, hadn't got the grip, went off the track. Lando overtook him right at the end, and I said, how crucial could those 2 points be? They might just have been
Yo, what a
so
victorious
crucial.
season for
Lando
McLaren.
Norris got a world championship.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, you can go back,
They
as we
dominated
did in our
the
pre-show,
season.
Go back through the season and see half a dozen moments, but all 3 of them that could have turned this on its head for their own world championships. But that's all just talk. That's all just hearsay, isn't it? What matters is what the final tally was.
I sense a bit of tension released from you now. Now the commentator's curse doesn't exist, and the man that we met
What
as
a journey.
boy, and who came into the
W
McLaren team and
to
was
all
famous for
McLaren
making
fans
tea
in the
for
chat.
Fernando Alonso, might
High
now have a bit of
rules.
champagne served to him by Fernando Alonso.
Thank you for the
That's
love.
it,
You're
mate.
welcome.
You are world champion.
Yay!
World champion. Well done, mate. I'm so proud. Lando, this is Zach from McLaren. Is this the world champion hotline?
Yeah.
Simply lovely.
Good day. Good job.
Yay!
Thank you guys. Oh my god. You made a history. True. Thanks so much. I love you guys. Thanks for everything. You deserve it. I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad. Thanks for everything. I'm not crying.
Yeah, we all are. To be honest, I don't think there's a dry eye in the house after that one.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of tension relieved at McLaren. They've had 2 shocking weekends for different reasons.
Oh, Max.
Max, you have given everything. You can be proud of that, mate.
Yeah.
Hold your head up high.
He really
I'm sure that
fought.
one final time in this class.
He really fought.
Congrats, guys. Want to talk back at that second half of the season. We
Yes,
can be,
tough. Yo.
really, really proud
Tough
of
for
that.
Max, but they
So
fought
be
really hard.
disappointed. I'm definitely not disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of everyone to never give up.
Ted Kravitz in the pit lane has Zach Brown with him.
Wow. Yo.
Wow! That obviously means so much to you and to Lando.
This is amazing. What a season. We did it. It wasn't easy. Lando and Oscar, what a group of drivers. What a great team this is. That was exciting. A little too exciting. Awesome.
Okay, great stuff. Congratulations. We'll catch up with you later, Zach.
Fireworks and then smoke.
Oh, he did donuts. That's nice.
The world champion performs the customary donuts on the grid. This is the moment that he has been waiting for. The 35th
I'm not
driver
married.
now. Different
No, this is a
driver
purity
to win
ring.
the
I'm not married.
Formula One World Championship. The 11th from Britain.
McLaren fans, congratulations to y'all. Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton.
Compared to Max loses one. Max really, like, he loses one championship in his watch. Come on. For me, I started disliking Max after his first championship.
Before becoming champion,
Hamilton was cheated on by Messi. Yeah, same. But then the more I watched Formula One, for me, like, the more it, like, I don't know, the more I liked him, the more I watched. Max Verstappen is such, he doesn't give up, you guys, and that's he proves to us every race why he is world champion, you know?
It's family
that's why I started liking Max.
In front
I would rather
millions of people around the world. One of the most popular and well-supported drivers
Max after,
in the field,
after this season.
Max Verstappen. First to congratulate, and Oscar Piastri there to say well done.
I feel really bad for Oscar. It should have been him. Charles never took the plates in a dangerous situation again. Hey, bruh.
16 years. 16 years the journey for the Norris family. They've landed the big one tonight.
He drove well, didn't he? Actually, he did everything he had to do. He needed a top three, finished third. Phew.
The final standings, Lando Norris 423 points, Max Verstappen 421 points.
The documentary on Netflix is gonna be fire.
McLaren have the double championship then.
Oh, the documentary on Netflix is gonna be so nice.
The Constructors' Championship and the Drivers' Championship.
I think that's why I'm keeping my subscription now, because Netflix is...
He said on Thursday his friends will be here along with his family too.
Max Verstappen,
shared the journey with them. They wanted to share the celebrations too.
Yeah, no, Max can really drive. It's just unfortunate what happened in the season, earlier on in the season, but Max can really drive. Do you stay in Durban? No, I stay in Joburg.
And mum knows when someone needs a hug as well. Siska Norris brings her way over to Oscar Piastri to say well done.
Right, okay.
Commiserations.
Nice touch from Oscar. Congratulating the Norris family and friends.
Oh, it would have been so nice if it was Oscar, you know?
That lid's not going to come off yet.
Oh, why is everyone in Joburg? I want to move, actually. I want to move to Cape Town. But also, everyone is in Cape Town. At least Max didn't win after that 2021 robbery.
Because it is, Martin, to be a Formula One world champion. Just
hey, 2021 really scarred all of us.
Ever called themselves a Formula One world champion.
For the rest of his life.
I think I got over it.
An incredible calling.
Carlos, that's so nice to see.
All the blood, sweat, tears, all the miles, all the silent journeys home from the kart track when it didn't go right, all the international sport is often much more disappointment than happiness and success. You weather all of that.
I'm sure he's so shook. Hey, next season is going to be fire.
We'll hear from the top three in a few moments. I'm not sure if Lando's got Wade yet or not.
God willing, hey, the Lord will align. If that's where I'm meant to be, then that's where I'll be. Lando has beautiful eyes.
He's had to answer all the questions, hasn't he? You've got the championship lead, it's yours to lose, you're going into the final race.
Hey, last year, remember, I'm Dragger, Orlando, Remember last year, Lando was no wins Lando. Look at him now, champion. I love a good underdog story also.
And David Coulthard.
Lando Norris, you are
the mic.
A world champion.
Wow.
The world champion.
Oh God, I've not cried in a while. I didn't think I would cry, but I did. It's a long journey. First of all, I want to say a big thanks to my guys, everyone in McLaren.
My parents. I'm not crying. Yeah, my mom, my dad.
That's so cute.
You know, they're the ones who supported me since the beginning, so... I look like a loser.
You look like a winner to me.
He does.
You're the only 35th man to win a Formula One World Championship. This is the biggest prize in motorsport.
I mean, it feels amazing, you know. Yeah, I now know what Max feels like a little bit, and I want to congratulate Max and Oscar, my two biggest competitors the whole season. It's been a pleasure to race against both of them. It's been an honor. I've learned a lot from both of them as well, so I've enjoyed it. It's been a long year, but we did it. We did it, and I'm so proud of everyone.
Look, it's been an incredible season. It was so tight between you all. You were feisty in that race as well. We were curious to know, would you sit back and not take any risks, but you pulled off some good passes, did what you had to do. How much of that World Championship was in your mind when you're running in third, and how much was it just in the moment?
It's a bit of both. I mean, you can't not think of it.
Yeah, well,
but I just knew it's all race at the very end. You know, anything we see many times, anything in Formula One can happen, and I just kept pushing until the last 2 or 3 laps. I could ease it off a bit, but I was still wanted to fight till the end, and
yeah, well, I just said he had beautiful eyes, which is facts. He has nice eyes.
Again at the end, they certainly did make my life easy this year, but yeah, I'm happy, so.
Understandably so, and you know, this is a beautiful moment of winning your first World Championship. Yeah. I don't know if you were aware of a moment you were under investigation with the overtake in Sonoda where you went beyond the white lines, and of course, nothing came of that, but were you aware of it? Did your team tell? Because we were all on the edge of our seats.
No, we weren't.
I had no idea. I had no idea. I didn't care. I mean, I knew what I did was fine, so I had nothing to worry about. Yeah, I was just trying to enjoy the moment. You know, there's not many people in the world, not many people in Formula One ever get to experience what I've experienced this season and this year. So I'm happy for everyone. I'm happy for everyone more than me. But I'm just crazy happy.
That's wonderful to see. We're looking across. We see Zach Brown. We see your parents, your brother, your family. Everyone here has been on this journey with you. So just. Once again, have you?
You know, this Sunday is just
You are
this Sunday.
The world champion.
I don't know why I'm looking at it as a Christian. I'm looking at everything as a Christian right now.
I mean,
this Sunday is a blessed Sunday.
With McLaren, I've been with them for.
The Spirit of the Lord is moving.
Years.
Y'all need to catch it.
We've been through plenty of
crazy,
difficult times and plenty of good times. You know, so for me to feel like I can bring something back to them, you know, it's their first drivers in many, many years. So I feel like I did my part for the team this year, and I'm very proud of myself for that. But I'm even more proud for everyone that I've hopefully made cry.
Well, you've made a lot of people cry. Congratulations once again. We'll let you go and join your team. Take the rest of the year off.
Yeah, I'm really proud of him. Usually he cracks under pressure, but he kept it together.
More fireworks.
We can be world champion, Lando.
For Lando Norris, the world champion in 2025. There is Andrea Stella, who, as team principal, is as proud can be.
Okay. Oh, they kissed on TV. So they're making it official? No. Because there was a lot of rumors about Lando and what's her name?
Just fantastic. It really is. It's a family celebration, as I say, in front of the whole.
He wins the world championship and then he hard launches his relationship.
On top of the world. McLaren, who brought in the papaya rules, who said that both drivers will be treated equally.
Let's not cry. Let's not cry.
Workload in doing that, and they were continuing
beautiful.
with the question: did you do the right thing?
Majority or something, but she's pretty. She's really pretty. Hey, all the Formula One wags are gorgeous.
It was at Ferrari when Fernando Alonso
so beautiful. Thank you.
My
cat, that's it for the 2025 season. Lando is our champion. As we wait for 2026.
Ginetta Juniors.
And we welcome Cadillac. We welcome Audi. Ooh, next season is going to be. Oh, this is so cool.
Of course, as well. They both appeared in Formula One. He's beaten his old rival to the World Championship.
Absolutely.
That's so cool.
Crazy. Even at the end, it was like 3 or 4 seconds behind Paul Pinto. It's terrible. Struggle.
Sure. I wonder how Max is feeling.
Yeah. Let's see what we get next year. Yes. Very true. Didn't want to back everyone up. Yeah. I mean, when I read.
But Max is a good sport.
Top 16 was some bit.
So I'm gonna do it was fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed watching with you guys also. Nandi, what is the name of your church? And did you go to church today? I did go to church today. Excuse me. I did go to church today. Max is pissed for sure. He looks fine.
Where's Wade? I'm good.
He looks fine. He's not a sore loser today. You're a F1 fan? Yes, I am. Okay, guys. Boomy, girl. Boomy.
Oh, you see this one?
Girl. I don't have much to say. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you.
All people are crazy. You did an incredible stuff. Really.
Great season though. Great season. You know what? I'm just. Who took second place? In the championship or on the grid?
See mom and dad now, just to make sure we're good. Enjoy. Ciao, ragazzi. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello. So Oscar Piastri was P2. Max Verstappen was P1 on the grid.
Podium is delayed.
So Max Verstappen is P2 in championship. Wow, there's only 2 points separating them.
Silence is golden.
There's only a 2-point difference.
I think it is tonight.
Oh, that's so cool. Thank you, SB. Hi, okay, guys. I'll see you Formula One wise. So when on the next season, I'm still going to wear my Ferrari merch because I like Ferrari wherever Hamilton is where I'm at. But perhaps next year we should all think about investing in McLaren merch.
In Monaco.
Just a thought.
Highlights of the year, winning the first race of the year as well. Lando Norris took just a podium finish for tonight to land.
I don't want to see do I want to watch the champagne celebrations?
15 races.
Where did you get the tea? I got it from the Grand Prix store. Yeah, we actually have to go see Formula One actually next season, right?
In the Grand Prix.
I'm excited to see
It was Lando Norris's.
Valtteri Bottas on the grid again.
And he does look absolutely exhausted after that tonight. Mental exhaustion as well as physical, I think, as well.
Yeah, I'm sure. His stomach will be much less of a knot now than it was 2 hours ago.
I think it's February. The next season is starting in February. I think around Valentine's Day, somewhere there. But it's in Feb.
His 26th
Starts in Feb.
podium in Formula One, the season, the
Guys, they are coming to Kyalami. Let's just wait.
Yeah. Really came of age.
Okay, guys. So when I get next season.
And Max Verstappen
did you
let go of his grip on the World Championship. He won the last 3 Grand Prix, but it wasn't to be enough. The spoils are his on the track tonight. The spoils over 24 rounds go to McLaren and to Lando Norris, but he gave it max effort.
Your skin looks so good, thank you. Yeah, let's hope next season will be for Ferrari, hey? Yo, let's pray for Ferrari next, yo, I really hope next season will be Ferrari's season. Nandi, are you okay? Though after this race, I feel happy and sad. I feel fine. Honestly, I feel fine. I think I kind of let go of the idea that Oscar's gonna win the championship a while ago. I detached very quickly, so I don't feel, I don't feel any type of way. How? Maybe when McLaren dominated the season, they really did. I hope Ferrari do well next season for Leclerc's sake. Girl, I'm hoping for Lewis Hamilton's sake. But yeah, also for Leclerc's sake. Like, how long has he been with the team? Yo. At least LH got points today. Yeah.
Once again,
since I'm already watching, might as well just look at the champagne celebrations.
For Max Verstappen and for Red Bull. 10th consecutive podium finish to end the season. And his 51st win as a world champion.
I would love to see Leclerc lifting it, yeah.
Who holds the record for the most wins with car number 1.
Big cheer for Max. I love that line he had recently. I need some new haters because all my old haters.
It would be nice to see Leclerc being a world champion. But Leclerc has been loyal to that team. It might be long gone. My mom took me along in grade 7. She used to speak about you. Really? My mom used to speak about me in class. That's funny. Hey, watching Formula 1, yeah, wow.
New power unit, new fuels too, new aerodynamics. We say goodbye to DRS, and maybe we'll say hello to McLaren battling on track once again, but we'll definitely say hello.
Next year is Lando's year.
Champion Lando Norris.
I mean, Oscar's year.
There's a party somewhere, and he's on the guest list here in Abu Dhabi tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild night for the Norris family and McLaren team. Here we go.
That is it, ladies and gentlemen. For 2025, Lando Norris slams down the champagne bottle and stands on the podium as world champion. No victory for him tonight. Max Verstappen takes the spoils in Abu Dhabi over the course of a year. It was McLaren and Lando Norris that reigned supreme.
That's what it means, the realisation of a boyhood dream.
Yay! Well done, everybody. I think when I'm a mom, I don't think I'll be the type of mom to have favorites. Yes, the way I just root for everyone. Like,
his nerve this
Crazy.
evening up against the greatest of all time there in the form of Max Verstappen and Oscar
Okay, guys, let me go now. I need to go eat and enjoy my Sunday.
which could have been dangerous. Oscar Piastri perhaps on the wrong stretch for him in the end. He finished in second, but so magnanimous defeat, as was Max Verstappen. This is being played out in the best.
Oh yeah, his number is gonna change to number 1. He would make a fantastic mom. Aww.
The ecstasy and the agony at times this season of watching their sons but in the end we got together.
Thank you.
And as I mentioned,
That is so sweet. That's so sweet. Thank you.
Pressure to take his first ever Formula 1.
Thank you for the live stream. You're the best. Oh, thank you for joining. Bye, you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Have faith in God. Self-doubt is a scam. Stay positive. Fear is a liar. Yes. I love that. How do I pin that? Let's pin this comment for a while. Yeah, Conry for Audi and McLaren. I mean, and Cadillac. Same. Bye, Nandi. Bye, you guys. And listen to Osiame. I hope I'm saying your name right. I hope I'm saying your name right. He says, have faith in God. Self-doubt is a scam. Stay positive. Fear is a liar. Okay, bye, you guys. Boxing, F1, rugby, which one is more dangerous for you? F1 is more dangerous. People have actually died driving in Formula 1.
Pretty surreal, you know. I dreamed of this.
Okay, bye-bye, you guys.
I mean, everyone does.
Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Love you guys all a lot, and Jesus loves you more.
You know it.